following is a presentation of Yankton Baseball on KYNT, your home team for Yankton Athletics. This broadcast is brought to you in part by Hy-Vee, Dakota Beverage, The Boathouse, the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General, Triple Time Rudy's, the UPS Store, First Dakota National Bank, Yankton Medical Clinic, FNBO, Avera, Olson's Pest Technicians, Rhonda Westland State Farm Insurance, First Chiropractic Centers, Larry's Heating and Cooling, Dole Distributing, Missouri River Associates, Vision Real Estate, Mason Schramm and the Move Group, MT and RC Smith Insurance, and Vision Care Associates. Now we go live to the field for Yankton Baseball on KYNT.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. It's day 2 of the first round playoff series between Yankton and Aberdeen. Post 12 defeat of Post 24 last night, so they are one win away from a state tournament bid, but anything can happen in Class A Legion Baseball here in the great state of South Dakota. I'm Brayden Butler, joined by Josh Boelter. And Josh, another fun day of baseball on hand. Aberdeen needs to win 2. Yankton only needs to win 1. But like I just said, anything can happen at this stage of the game.
Absolutely. You know, you look at it here, it's as simple as this for Aberdeen. Their season's on the line, right? You know, this is a spot where this could be the last game for some of these guys for Aberdeen, so they're not going to go down without a fight. So Yankton's got to be on their A game heading into today. Obviously, do or die for both teams, but Yankton with a little bit more breathing room winning that game 1 yesterday.
We'll go more in-depth on the playoff bracket of the first-round bracket later on here in your Hy-Vee pregame show. Hy-Vee, there's a helpful smile in every aisle, but it is worth noting 2 teams have already punched their ticket to next week's state tournament. The top overall seed, Rapid City Post 22, had an automatic bid as this year's hosts, and Sioux Falls Post 15 West, they defeated Huron 10-0 and 6-1 last night. They played both their games yesterday. So Post 15 West out of Sioux Falls and Post 22 out of Rapid City are both in to the state tournament. 6 more spots to decide, and those will all be decided today. Once again, this is your Hy-Vee pregame show on KYNT and KYNT-TV. That's 102.1 FM, AM 1450, or streaming online, KYNT-TV on YouTube. We're on the KYNT Facebook page, and we're also obviously live on KYNTV.com and the KYNT-TV app. Before we go to our first break in the Hy-Vee pregame show, big thanks to a couple sportscaster partners, including America's Best Realty. If you're ready to stop renting and start owning, whether you're looking to upgrade or buy your first home, America's Best Realty is here to help you unlock the American dream. Call them today at 260-1600. And Elwood Family Dental Care, where they take care of the entire family and are always welcoming new patients. We're coming back in 3 minutes, and we're going to talk about the standings. We're talking about the first round of the playoffs in totality. That's coming up in 3 minutes here on KYNT, KYNT-TV.
Looking for the perfect pair of glasses? At Vision Care Associates, we've got you covered. Step into our showroom and discover our vast selection from timeless classics to the latest trends. With several styles to choose from, you're sure to find the perfect match for your look. Experience personalized service and expert care, whether you need help finding the right frame or adjusting your new glasses for the perfect fit.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Your days are busy. Drop-offs, meetings, practice, and then, somehow, make a healthy dinner. Skip the grocery run and let Hy-Vee help. With Hy-Vee online shopping, you can order your groceries in minutes, choose pickup or delivery, and get back to what matters most. Fresh groceries, great deals, and one less thing on your to-do list. Download the Hy-Vee app or shop online at Hy-Vee.com today. Hy-Vee, making lives easier, healthier, and happier.
Ready to build your next project, but can't get anyone to show up or even give you a quote? Call John Kopp, owner of Kopp Building Innovations. He will show up, and he will make sure you are happy with your project. Trust in Kopp Building Innovations. KBI is an authorized WIC builder offering custom solutions. Whether you need a residential garage, an agricultural pole barn, or a commercial building, we will work with you. For more information or to get a quote, visit koppbuildings.com.
At the Bar is Yankton's place to watch the game, any day. With TVs throughout, cold beverages to beat the heat, and a friendly atmosphere that feels like home. Whether you're meeting friends, catching up after work, or cheering on your team, you'll find good company and a seat waiting for you at the Bar. Open every day, you'll always find a familiar face, and there's always something worth watching. You can watch the game anywhere, but the real fans gather at the bar in downtown Yankton.
Midwest Insurance Agency in Yankton is a proud supporter of the Yankton Bucks and Gazelles. Hi, this is Whitney Devine. If you're looking for protection that fits your life, call me or Travis. We make coverage simple. Whether it's your home, car, or farm, we take time to understand your needs and find the right plan at the right price. You'll get personal service, trusted advice, and peace of mind knowing we're right here in Yankton. Call Midwest Insurance Agency in Yankton today to schedule your appointment.
I love 1919 root beer. It's the best over a big scoop of vanilla ice cream. My favorite is just ice cold 1919 poured over crunchy ice. It's so refreshing. It's the creamiest root beer ever.
1919 root beer is the perfect treat, brewed in small batches with only the finest ingredients. It's the creamiest, full-bodied, alcohol and caffeine-free draft root beer available. It's a taste tradition since, well, 1919.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYNTV. It's time for your standings review from Rhonda Westland State Farm Insurance. Contact your local State Farm Insurance agent, Rhonda Westland, to ensure you have the best coverage at the best price for your home, auto, or life insurance. We're taking a look at the Class A PowerPoints so far, and we already talked about it, but two teams have earned a spot in the state tournament. Rapid City Post 22 had an automatic bid this year as the hosts, and honestly, well-deserved as the number one overall seed here. As the number one overall seed in the class. Sioux Falls Post 15 West, the number 2 seed. They played both their games, or 2 of their 3 games yesterday against Huron. They won 10-0 and 6-1 to sweep that 3-game series. Your other results from around the state. In the 3-14 matchup, Yankton won Game 1 10-0 here yesterday at Riverside Field. In the 4-13 matchup, Brandon Valley shut out Spearfish 5-0. In the 5-12 matchup, Brookings defeated Sioux Falls East Post 15 East 8-2. In the 6-11 matchup, Rapid City Post 320 defeated Mitchell 13-4. In the 7-10 matchup, the only upset on day number 1, Watertown, the 10 seed, defeated Pierre, the 7 seed, 5-4. And number 8, Harrisburg, defeated number 9, Renner, 12-3. So all those teams that won on day 1, they got to win one more game today. And it looks like multiple games having their first pitch right at noon. Pierre and Watertown will have first pitch at noon out at Hyde Stadium in the state capitol. Obviously, our first pitch is scheduled for noon here at Riverside Field. And Brandon Valley against Spearfish is scheduled for a noon first pitch out at Aspen Park. Obviously, if the teams that won yesterday win their first game today, then the series is over. But game 3 for each of those series to follow. Your other first pitches around the state out in Mountain Time, 3 p.m. Mountain Time. Rapid City Post 320 first pitch against Mitchell. Back in the Central Time Zone at 4 p.m. at Bob Sheldon Field, Brookings has their first pitch against Post 15 East out of Sioux Falls. And at 5 p.m. at Dakota Access Field, Harrisburg against Renner tonight for their second game of the series. That is your standings review, courtesy of Rhonda Westland at State Farm Insurance. We're going to go back to break here momentarily on KYNT and KYNTV, but before we go, thank you to a couple of our sportscaster partners, including Kaiser Heating and Cooling. When it comes to heating and cooling, be the wiser, go with Kaiser. That's Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton. They're at 808 West 23rd Street. And thank you to Explorers Credit Union. Wherever you want your financial journey to take you, Explorers Credit Union is here to help with a vision of financial empowerment for everyone. Discover the difference with them at explorerscu.com. And lastly, One Office Solution, the one source for all of your office products, including copiers, furniture, and office supplies. One Office Solution is located next to Pizza Ranch on Broadway in Yankton. We're going to take another break, come back in 3 minutes. We're taking a look at your key player today. It will be the man on the mound for Yankton. If you heard the post-game coach interview last night with Drew Lawrence, you know who that's going to be. But we'll talk more about it in 3 minutes here on KYNT, KYNTV.
The Boathouse is for everyone. They have axe throwing, sports simulators, skee ball, shuffleboard, and darts. Plus awesome drinks with lots of cold craft beers, seltzers, wines, and great non-alcoholic options. Try their burgers, pizza, wings, fish, chicken strips, and more. Check out trivia on Tuesdays, free axe throwing tournaments on Wednesdays, and live music on Fridays. Head to the Boathouse in downtown Yankton. Life is better at the Boathouse.
Being wiser means peace of mind. especially when it comes to your home's comfort. Today's heating and cooling systems are advanced with technology designed to work smarter. Peace of mind means knowing the company you call understands that technology and has the experience to get it right. For nearly 80 years, Kaiser Heating and Cooling has been trusted with knowledgeable technicians and a commitment to doing the job right. So be the wiser and go with Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Credit union people are my people. Dreaming big, keeping life simple. Saving smart, living free at Explorers Credit Union. You're just like me. We chart new trails, we stand tall. Together we rise, together we call. Credit union people are my people, it's true. And I found my crew at Explorers CU. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit explorerscu.com to join the journey today.
There's a difference when a convenience store is locally owned, and you feel it the moment you stop at Triple Time Rudy's. You'll get great quality fuel to keep you on the move, plus local and regional favorites like Dimmick Cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner Lockers. It's the kind of place that's convenient and connected to your community. Conveniently located at 17th and Broadway, Triple Time Rudy's, fueling your day, fueling your community.
A local business owner came into the UPS store with a large shipment of products for his online store. While they packed everything securely, he asked if they could also handle the international shipping. The answer? Of course they can. For over 9 years, the UPS store in Yankton has been helping business owners with both their printing and shipping needs. Whether you're sending a package across town or across the globe, they've got you covered. So stop by the UPS store in Yankton and ask about them about their shipping services or current print specials.
Welcome back here on KYNC and KYN-TV. This is your Hy-Vee pregame show. Hy-Vee, there's a helpful smile in every aisle. We're going to get right into it and talk about your key player of the game today from Missouri River Associates. Their office is local. They know you by name, and your home, auto, and family are important to them. And we're talking about the man on the mound in Caden Hunoff, who coming off a couple of very impressive pitching performances as of late, Josh, including a no-hitter back on July 10th. 5 strikeouts, only threw 63 pitches in a complete 7-inning game, did not issue a walk. A run was given up in that game. It was dubious circumstances. Well, not dubious. He hit a guy with a pitch, stole second, stole third, and then a sacrifice. So, it's not the perfect no-hitter. They didn't end up giving up a run, but did not give up a hit. Only gave up 2 base runners all game with 2 players hit by a pitch. So very effective from him, and he's been doing that off and on all season.
Yeah, pitching well. The ERA in the Legion season at 2.45. And, I got a chance last Thursday to see his last start against Renner, and it started off rough. I mean, there was 4 runs, only 1 of those earned, but still, gave up those 4 runs and then came out and pitched another 5 innings shutout. And I talked to Coach Drew Lawrence after the game about that. And he's like, yeah, man, I mean, just the resolve to be able to bounce back and go a significant distance into that game was impressive. And you can tell he really is kind of winning over this coaching staff as the season continues on, as he's kind of worked himself firmly into that rotation and getting trusted here in a spot to maybe send Yankton to the state tournament.
It almost feels like a pro team. There are teams in the MLB that can't run a 5-man rotation anymore. Shout out to the Tampa Bay Rays for pioneering the bullpen day. But
that's called no money.
But Yankton can do just that, and they can do that and then some, because we talk about Sam Goki and Beck Reichen as the top 2 pitchers in this staff. We talk about Boston Frick and Chase Cooley being 2 guys who could be the top pitchers in a lot of staffs across the state. And you throw in a guy like Caden Hunoff, how he's been pitching this year. You got Ryan Turner, who's given you some solid innings on starts on the mound. The list goes on with how this pitching rotation can really rotate through. It is very important to have that amount of depth on the mound. And Caden Hunoff, your key player today for Yankton.
And to build on that, I mean, you look at it here. The only guy Yankton used yesterday was Beck. So, they can go in a different a bunch of different avenues here. You know, if something goes wrong, they can go to another arm. They can, and then with that week off before the state tournament, they can throw basically just like I said about anybody other than Beck here today over these 2 games if it gets to that.
That's important too. Another facet of all these guys is they usually can go pretty long out there on the mound. There's rarely a bullpen day for Yankton. I don't want to give more, any more flack to the Rays, but sorry to any Tampa Bay fans.
Hey, they're
out
in
there.
first place right now. Look at them go.
Yeah, baseball's not real right now. We're 6 games back in the division. We might be 7 games
it's
back.
It's past July 13th. It is real now.
Oh,
Remember, they're referencing our one broadcast like a month ago.
Baseball doesn't start till after the All-Star break or something. Anyway, I digress. Back to this game in front of us. We're also going to go to Stats in Focus real quick, courtesy of Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first. Yankton, we talked about how Caden Hunoff factors into their pitching rotation, but a 2.245 ERA as a team, a 1.175 whip on the mound, and then at the plate, 275 batting average with 205 runs on the year. Just a very effective team top to bottom.
Absolutely, and that's why they're one of the top 3 seeds in the Legion tournament here, looking to once again get back to the state tournament here next week, and once again have a chance to do that. The offense has really been clicking, and it's top to bottom too. I mean, it's some days where the top of this offense can carry things, and there's other days where the bottom can. Yesterday was an example of really just a balanced day overall, but really throughout this lineup, there's a lot of threats with the bat.
We're going to go back to break here on KYNT and KYN-TV. Come back in 3 minutes. We'll have your keys to the game here from Riverside Field. Back after this for more Yankton Post-12 baseball.
At Masada, we believe in giving back to the communities that have helped us grow. That's why we're proud to support local schools, youth programs, community events, and organizations throughout the region. We don't just work here, we live here, raise our families here, and invest here. Be part of something bigger, built on community, powered by people. Apply today at masadainc.com/careers.
Masada Manufacturing, unlock your future and rock with us.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Life doesn't slow down for injuries, and neither should your care. With Yankton Medical Clinic Orthopedic Walk-In Care, you can be seen quickly, Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. No referrals, no long waits, just experienced, highly trained surgeons ready to help you heal and get back to what you love. And because we live right here in Yankton, your care stays close to home. I'm Dr. Jeremy Kudera, orthopedic surgeon with Yankton Medical Clinic. I'm proud to call Yankton home. We're your orthopedic team, and we're here for you.
As a business owner, you want a bank that understands where you want to take your business and how to enhance your ability to take it there. FNBO Free Business Checking offers that flexibility and convenience so you can manage and grow your business. Unlimited transactions, free online banking and bill pay, mobile deposits and alerts, and no minimum balance, no maintenance fees, and no returned items fees. FNBO Free Business Checking, simplicity and essential solutions for businesses big and small. Member FDIC.
In Yankton, community means everything, and at Wilson Trailer, it's the heart of what they do. They're more than manufacturers, they're your neighbors. From sponsoring the Bucks and Gazelles to supporting the next generation of farmers and builders, they're proud to give back to the place they call home. For over a century, Wilson Trailer has stood strong, steady, and rooted in community. Because when Yankton thrives, we all move forward. Wilson Trailer in Yankton. Learn more at wilsontrailer.com.
Whether you're getting close to retirement or already there, the goal isn't just a plan. It's helping you feel more informed and organized across your financial life. I'm Adam Boelter with North Rock. At North Rock, we take a personal office approach, helping coordinate investment strategy, tax planning, insurance, and estate consideration. It's not just about managing money. It's about helping you make decisions across everything that matters. If you're looking for a more connected, relationship-driven approach to your finances, let's start a conversation. Search Adam Boelter with North Rock or visit northrockvantage.com.
North Rock Partners LLC is an investment advisor registered with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Registration does not imply a certain level of skill or training.
Welcome back here on KYNT, KYN-TV, your Hy-Vee pregame show. It's time for your keys to the game, courtesy of Vision Real Estate. Visit igotvision.com. 3 keys today for Yankton. First and foremost, you got to finish the job. Just because you won handedly yesterday doesn't mean you can come in here and expect just to roll things over on Aberdeen again. You got to finish the job that you started yesterday. Got to be aggressive on the base paths, which we saw was a big key in yesterday's win. And you got to play solid defense. You can't make mistakes out in the field if you want to take home a win and move on to the state tournament next week.
Absolutely. Like you said, it's something Aberdeen's fighting for their season today. They're not going to go down without a fight, so expect them to bring their A game. And then you mentioned those mistakes. Yankton has had a couple games in recent weeks where they've had some errors and maybe made games a little closer than they should be, or even resulted in a loss. It's something, just play clean baseball out there, and I think they'll be fine.
And, they say, not to compare Aberdeen to a wild animal or anything, but a wounded animal is at its most dangerous when you corner it. Well, Aberdeen is backed into a corner right now. It's do or die for the rest of their season. Yankton has to be on top of their game if they want to advance to the state tournament next week. While they're having a meeting down at the home plate right now, we'll give a shout-out to our umpires of the game. That's courtesy of the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General. They are the law on the diamond. And it looks like they're about to announce starting lineups as well here, Josh. So if you got those pulled up over there, who's starting today? This is courtesy of First Chiropractic Centers, making life better, one adjustment at a time.
All right, we'll go ahead and start with Aberdeen here today. Batting first and playing center field, they have J.L. Aviles. Batting second and playing in left field today, it's Carson Borge. Batting third and playing over at second base, Joe Cogley. Batting fourth and playing at first base, Michael Dutenhofer. Batting fifth, playing over at shortstop today is Jackson Post. Batting sixth and catching, Levi Hoffman. Batting seventh and playing out in right field is Bennett Eisenbeis. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, Jason Rivera. And then batting ninth, Drake Soderlund. He's playing over at third base. Handling the pitching duties today for Aberdeen is Branson Peterson.
In Aberdeen, we talk about the depth Yankton has. Aberdeen only has 10 guys here making the trip down, so not a lot of flexibility in rotation there for Aberdeen. We'll see how that plays out today. As for Yankton Post 12, Josh, today the road team on the scoreboard. So you're going to see that if you're watching on KYN TV, that it will be Yankton batting first. How will they come to the plate for the top of the first?
Yeah, looking at it here, Beck Reichen's going to bat first and play short. Batting second and playing over at first base today, Sam Goki. Batting third over and right, Easton Fieser. Batting cleanup and playing second base, Simon Kamshaw. Batting fifth, the catcher, Gavin Johnson. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Liam Villanueva. Batting seventh out in left field, Brendan Gilmore. Batting eighth over at third base today, Jackson Kudera. And then rounding out the lineup in center field is Tate Bestie. Once again, handling the pitching duties on the bump today for Post 12 is Caden Hunoff.
It's your starting lineups from First Chiropractic Centers, making life better, one adjustment at a time. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it's the first pitch, courtesy of the Boathouse here from Riverside Field. Back after this on KYNT, KYN TV.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. Search for local job openings and apply at avera.org/careers.
In nearly every family's lineage, there's a tie to agriculture. It's a legacy reflected in how we raise our kids, help our neighbors, and respect what we have. Farmers Union Insurance was built on that legacy. And while our roots are in agriculture, our protection has grown to include home, auto, business, health, and life. Protect your legacy. Farmers Union Insurance.
Have a craving for wings or delicious burgers or Pivo fries? Come sink your teeth into the mouth-watering burgers and wings at Checkers Sports Bar and Grill in Yankton. With a menu that's flavor-frenzy, there's something for every fan. Grab your friends, bring your family, and head down to Checkers. Checkers Sports Bar and Grill is Yankton's favorite spot for food, friends, and sports. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Your game days belong at Checkers.
Need custom clothing for your team, fundraiser, business, or event? Let JJ Benji's make it easy. Forget about taking orders, collecting money, and handing out shirts yourself. JJ Benji's handles everything for you. They create a custom online store with the merchandise you want to offer. Items are ordered and paid for online, and JJ Benji's ships the items directly to them. All you have to do is share the link or QR code. That's it. Contact JJ Benji's in Yankton to learn more about it.
All right, we're ready for action to get underway here in Game 2 of the regionals in the Legion Baseball Tournament. Here, I'm Josh Boelter with Brayden Butler on KYNT, KYN-TV. Yankton took the first game last night 10-0, and now they're looking to get out of here with another victory and end Aberdeen's season. A rare treat here today at Riverside Field as we're going to see the Yankton lineup first as they switch things up. If there is a Game 3, Yankton will be back on the mound for Game 3 to start the first, but it's Yankton up to bat first. The first three-batter minimum for Yankton is Beck Reich, Sam Goki, and Easton Fieser, so the usual suspects there. And on the mound today, Branson Peterson, a righty, and that's noteworthy because yesterday Yankton faced nothing but lefties between Eisenbeis and Rivera, so now facing a righty on the mound here today as we're getting ready to get things underway this afternoon.
On-air production meeting, Josh, I'm realizing that I never took a photo of Yankton's lineup.
You want me to send you that?
I
could send you that. Yeah, I could do that.
It gives me time to thank our sponsor at the Boathouse. Your upcoming first pitch is courtesy of the Boathouse. They offer axe throwing, mini bowling, darts, and pool, plus awesome food and drinks, and of course, plenty of TVs to watch all the sports. Also, a shout-out to our watch party location of Ben's Brewing. Ben's Brew Station is the official watch party location of KYN TV. 16 TVs, all the refreshments you need. If it's on KYN TV, it's on at Ben's.
That's a true story. Went there during basketball season and grabbed a nice cold brew, and of course, right there.
If you are of age, enjoy the beverages.
Yeah.
And if you're not, I bet they got root beer or something for you.
Yeah, maybe some sarsaparilla. I don't know.
We are sponsored by 1919 Root Beer. I want to give a shout out to them, too. They're the creamiest full-body draft root beer available. Find it in convenience stores, grocery stores, or on tap at local restaurants.
There you go.
And there's your ad reads for now. We'll be back later with more.
Beck Reichen at the plate to start things off for Yankton. He takes a pitch low and outside from Branson Peterson. Once again, a Yankton lineup, Brayden, that only had 6 hits yesterday, but still scored 10 runs. I mean, and there wasn't necessarily a lot of errors in the mix there either. You know, Yankton did a good job of getting on base, whether that's by walks or whatever, then advancing runners with sacrifice bunts, maybe some pop flies in the outfield, stealing bases, things like that. So a Yankton lineup that really just found a way to get things done as a team yesterday as Reichen's now up 3-0 in the count here to start.
And this is very similar for Beck Reichen, but he's on the opposite end of it. He started yesterday with a 4-pitch walk during his start on the mound, so trying to reverse that script here and draw a first-inning walk.
Yeah, now getting the start at shortstop today where you usually see him as he takes a 4-pitch walk to start this one. So Yankton with a runner on here as we get started. Once again, do not adjust your television screens. Yankton is the road team, the visiting team here in Game 2. So Beck Reichen on to start, and that'll welcome Sam Goki to the plate, who didn't necessarily have a ton of success in the hits department yesterday, but still had productive at-bats. He had what was essentially two sac flies, one resulting in an RBI and another advanced runner to third base. So a good day as the throw over on Reichen not in time.
That's the case of how baseball is sometimes. He was seeing the ball really well. He was driving it to deep parts of the outfield, but just better coverage out there in center field. Avila's out there yesterday, and he's out there again today.
Yeah, and even then, is that one, I think it might hit off something. Either way, Reichen's advancing to second. He's rounding the corner. I thought maybe for a second there it hit off of Goki's bat, but it must have been a glove or something like that because either way, now Reichen's over on second.
Yeah, it must have just been the end of the mitt there for the catcher in Levi Hoffman, but a pitch that gets away from the catcher. Yankton aggressive on the base paths as always, and already a no-out situation with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, and should mention even with Goki yesterday, we talked about it, he still had a long double in the later stages of last night's game out to left field, bounced off the fence there. Thought for a second it might have been gone.
He was a helpful gust of wind away from a home run over the left field fence. He got almost all of that ball.
This one fouled off. So now 2 strikes on Goki from Branson Peterson. Once again, Yankton readjusting to the right-handed pitcher. They saw 2 lefties yesterday. Kind of threw some slower stuff, some breaking stuff. Once again, with Branson Peterson on the mound. By the way, welcome in Aberdeen fans if you're tuning in as Goki pops this one foul. Trying to get underneath it and does for the out over there at third base. As I'm trying to find my roster here, it's taking forever to load up. It's Soderlund in on the catch to record the first out of the first. So one down. Runner on second. Reichen over at second. It's Easton Fieser at the plate who had 3 RBIs yesterday. He takes a strike to start his first plate appearance here in game 2.
Yeah, I don't know if yesterday could have gone any better for Easton Fieser. 3 for 3 at the plate. Had a double. Those 3 RBIs you mentioned, scored another run of his own. He was all over the place where Yankton needed him to be.
And he takes the ball there, count even at 1 apiece. Peterson takes a long look at Reichen before firing and gets Fieser to miss. So count 1-2 on Easton Fieser, playing out in right field today. The pitch, low, evens the count at 2 apiece. Yankton did a good job of capitalizing on runners in scoring position yesterday and trying to do the same here. We're just getting things underway. Once again, a trip to the Legion Baseball Tournament on the line as that one's fouled off by Easton Fieser. Keeps the count at 2 apiece. Yankton does have the 1-0 advantage here and just needs to win 1 today. Here's the 2-2. In for a strike on the breaking ball. Gets Easton Fieser looking there for the second out of this inning. A nice strikeout for Branson Peterson.
And Yankton is getting a much different look on the mound from Peterson than they saw yesterday. Eisenbeis, much more of a breaking ball pitcher, try to get you to chase, try to get you to roll over weak contact. Peterson, he has used a breaking ball throughout this first inning, but also goes to a fastball a little more often. And it's that switch up in the repertoire can cause some issues here early on.
Yeah, and you've seen it back-to-back pitches as Simon Kampshoff takes one there to start this plate appearance for him. Batting cleanup today, fouls that one off and down a quick 0-2 here against Peterson.
Keep an eye on Reichen out at second base, Josh. His secondary lead on that one, I don't know if he started to go at the sound of contact as well. He's getting about halfway between second and third on these secondary leads.
Yeah, and he will be going on contact here with 2 ounces. Kampshoff takes a pitch for a ball. Obviously, Yankton did score in every inning last night as that one's low. And you mentioned that early start there that Reichen's getting. He had to stop himself and fell over there a little bit as he was trying to take off there. Thought that pitch might have gotten past the catcher. It didn't. Hoffman, once again, behind the plate today as Kampshoff's going to foul that one off to keep the count alive.
A good early fight here from Simon Kampshoff. One of those younger guns in this Yankton lineup. I know he's almost a junior. We're about a month away from the start of the Yankton high school year, but still a sophomore on the official books for this season.
Peterson, the pitch. This one fouled off as well, out of play by Kampshoff. So, Peterson's still labeling a little bit, thrown 20 pitches this inning, and Yankton making him work, but Peterson has been able to battle back and get a couple outs after walking Reichen to start. He puts that one in the dirt, make it a 3-2 count.
We talk often throughout the season, Josh, right around 15 pitches is where you want to be per inning. That puts you right at a good amount of pitches to throw a complete game at this level. And right now, 21 pitches here and a 3-2 count with 2 down.
Here's the full count. This one hit out to left by Kampshoff. And getting underneath it at the warning track out in left field was Borge to retire the side. So Yankton Strands 1 heading into the bottom of the first. It's still Yankton 0, Aberdeen 0. Inning breaks brought to you by Avera. I'm Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler, KYNT, KYN TV. When we come back, Caden Hunoff on the mound.
FM 1021 and AM 1450. KYNT, Yankton.
I'm Colby Cookta, one of your Yankton Edward Jones financial advisors. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why I'm a proud sponsor of the Yankton Bucks and Gazelles on KYNT.
Call 605-653-4860 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs.
I'm Colby Cookta, financial advisor Edward Jones Yankton, member SIPC.
At Mount Marty University, students get real support and real opportunities.
Hi, I'm Maya, and I'm a business major at Mount Marty University. The professors here at Mount Marty are just amazing. They're very good about supporting me through future internships and jobs that they try and line me up with, and they also provide real life experiences in the classroom through projects and speakers and things like that.
Start your journey online at mountmarty.edu.
Caden Hunoff on the bump today for post 12, trying to send Yankton to the Legion tournament. Hunoff has had a couple interesting starts back-to-back, pitched a no-hitter against Hastings, and then gave up 4 runs against Renner last time we saw him. However, still managed to go 6 strong in that game, only giving up 1 earned, and getting the start here on the mound and the trust from his coach Drew Lawrence here this afternoon. He'll start his day against JL Alves, who's a lefty at the plate, starting at center field today, and takes the ball to start. Looking at the infield alignment for Yankton, it's Kudera at third base, Reichen at short, Kamshoff over at second, then Goki at first. In the outfield today, Gilmore in left, Bestie in center, and then Vieser over in right as Hunoff battles back with 2 straight strikes to make this count 1-2 on Alves. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball, evens it at 2 apiece.
And J.L. Avila is the center fielder. He's a leadoff hitter yesterday as well. Seems to be the guy that consistently is at the top of the lineup.
Outside again, full count from Hunoff. Outside again, so each of Hunoff's balls in this one missing in the same spot. Really likes that spot, it appears early. However, not really getting Aviles to swing on that one. So a runner on to start here for Aberdeen, which was a common theme yesterday. Put a runner on to start each of the first 3 innings of yesterday's game, but we're not able to capitalize, being shut out last night. That one, to start this at-bat, is fouled off by Carson Borge. We just saw him last inning make a nice catch out on the warning track and the top of the first, off of a shot from Simon Kamshoff.
This is now the 6th inning over the last 2 days that we've seen Aberdeen come to the plate, Josh, and now 3 of those innings they've started with leadoff walks.
And that one a ball, evens the count at 1 apiece. Again, Aberdeen looking to get the early jump here on post 12. Pick off, not in time, over at first base. So a runner on, no outs here in the bottom of the first. Borge at the plate. Hunoff on the mound, swing and a miss, make it 1-2. So now Hunoff with back-to-back 1-2 counts here to start. Threw 3 straight balls after getting up in the count 1-2 last time. Looking to avoid the same fate here. The pitch, strike 3, looking for Caden Hunoff. His first punch out of the game, gets the first out of the game for post 12.
It's a good confidence booster for Hunoff, as well as...
So there goes the grain bin. We've been talking about it.
That got everybody to turn their heads in the dugout, yeah.
At first I thought people were slamming on bleachers. I went, wait a minute, that's not what that was.
I've been worried about those grain bins as they're bringing them down right here next to Riverside Field. They're right next to some power lines. If they knock out power to Riverside Field, our stream and radio broadcast, everything goes goodbye. So they got professionals on that. They're doing a great job, and I hope everybody's safe over there.
So 2 strikes in a row here to Joe Cogley. And keep in mind with that, I think the most important thing is I'm getting paid all the same. So if we go off the air, I guess it'll be unfortunate, but at the same time, like, yeah.
I'm just thinking about. I'm thinking about Ryan Turner a little bit because he was the first guy to pop up out of the dugout to try to peek over, and he's about 7'8", so we had a great look at it.
And he's still looking over there. I mean, not to notice things during the pregame, but he was very invested in this grain bin situation.
Players from both teams were very invested for the grain bins. I think I texted you at one point. We're an hour away from first pitch, and both teams are just watching these grain bins get torn down. To be fair, I was also watching the grain bins get torn down.
Ball there from Caden Hunoff. And by the way, check out later today, KYNT1450.com, our own Cash McDonald handling the reporting duties today as I'm here at the park. But had a chance to go over there and talk to some people and got the scoop on that. So if you check our website later this afternoon and social media, that story should be up, and you can check out what's going on there.
As a person who lives nearby and has to deal with street parking, I'd love another parking lot.
Could be a parking lot. Could be a B-dubs, like we said. Long at bat, though, between Cogley and Hunoff as Hunoff throws a ball there to make the count 2-2. 1 out, 1 on, by the way, once again for Aberdeen here in the bottom of the first.
Hunoff's thrown over a couple times, but Avila's hasn't gotten too active over there at first.
Tough play there. The throw to second in time. What a play by Caden Hunoff. Kind of reaches out with the glove to get that on a tall hop back to the mound and manages there, Brayden, to get the lead runner.
And we'll look at it again, your Vision Care Associates replay. Just great play from Caden Hunoff. And Avila's, it's not like he got a late jump there coming off of first base. He was off at the crack of the bat. Just better play out there in the field. And getting the lead runner is so important when you're only able to get one out in those situations.
So a really good play there from Caden Hunoff. Helps himself out. And now we'll face Michael Dudenhofer at the plate here. Takes a ball. Hunoff takes a look over at first. Throws this one. It's going to be fouled off, out of play, down the first base line. Once again, 2 outs. We're just getting started here in Game 2 of this series. Yankton taking Game 1 last night. Here's Hunoff. He's going to throw a strike looking to Dudenhofer. Hunoff, similar inning to Peterson so far, Brayden. Gives up that first runner, thrown about 20 pitches here. 20 on the dot. Here's pitch number 21. Check down to first. They're going to say Dudenhofer was able to hold up. Evens the count at 2 apiece.
And
So
both starters have eclipsed the 20-pitch mark here in the first inning as well. So very similar at-bats being taken by both teams.
And we'll see if Hunoff can get a pitch here. That's a ball. Another full count.
It feels like the 4th or 5th full count of the day here in the bottom of the first inning between these two pitchers.
Yeah, love it or hate it. A very tight zone, too. It feels like both ways so far. As that one, also a ball here. And that'll put a runner on here with 2 on, now 2 outs here in the bottom of the first for Caden Hunoff.
And I've had conversations with Drew Lawrence in the past where he's mentioned that him and the team, they like umpires with tighter zones from time to time. So that could be part of that process there. But that zone not helping Caden Hunoff right now as he's getting a lot of pitches right near it, but that one's in it.
Yeah, there's been some that have been close that I think could have gone either way. Like you said, gets a strike there to start this plate appearance for Jackson Post, the 5-man, starting at shortstop today for Aberdeen. So runners on first and second, 2 outs as Hunoff gets a swing and a miss low, make the count 0-2. And we've seen Hunoff get some 0-2 counts here this inning. In fact, just had one on Dudenhofer, and that turned into a walk. So we'll see if Hunoff can avoid the same fate here. He's thrown 25 pitches in the first. This one grounded over to Reich, and it's going to get past. Runners coming home. Missing that is Gilmore. So Aberdeen's going to be on the board here. Just like that. Go from getting shut out yesterday to having a lead here over post 12.
And a nice piece of running there on the base paths by Cogley and a good hit as well. We'll take a look at it again in your Vision Care Associates replay. But Well-placed shot just out of the reach of Beck Reichen at shortstop, and he could cover a lot of ground out at short. Gets away from Gilmore and ends up being an easy run home for Cogley as he comes from second base.
So this has turned into quite the inning here for Hunoff, who's thrown 25 pitches, make it 26, and a diving catch over there at second base by Simon Kampshoff. What a play to retire the side despite Yankton giving up a run.
I'm really hoping I flipped the camera in time on that one, Josh, but it was close, and it was a great play by Simon Kampshoff. Somebody called Bristol, Connecticut. We got to get him. We got to get him on TV tonight, but a great play from him to end the inning.
So ending over, but Aberdeen does tack on a run here. It's Aberdeen 1, Yankton nothing as we head into the top of the second. Inning breaks brought to you by Avera. I'm Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler, KYNT, KYN-TV. When we come back, the Yankton Bats.
The warmer months can be wonderful times that allow for plenty of fun outdoors. However, while you may be enjoying the outside time, pests and insects may be trying to find their way inside. Eliminating a pest infestation and ensuring they don't return can be tough to do on your own, but with Olson's Pest Technicians by your side, you can rest assured you're fully protected. Locally owned and operated since 1966, Olson's Pest Technicians provides reliable pest control services to residential and commercial properties. Visit 800KILBugs.com.
If you've been suffering from chronic pain or a recent injury, check us out, Lane, Reed, and Cole Sawatsky at SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab.
We offer a wide variety of treatments and techniques, including dry needling, cupping, chiropractic adjustments, and sports rehabilitation.
Our mission is to ensure an individualized and efficient treatment plan to get you back on your feet.
From ankle sprains and sports injuries to neck pain and headaches, we've got your back.
Give us a call or book an appointment on our website. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy.
Located on Summit Street across from the high school.
All right, Post 12 trails by 1 here in the top of the second. They are the visitors. So at the plate once again here for Yankton. Still on the mound is Bryson Peterson. He threw 22 pitches in the first. And now he'll face Gavin Johnson here to start, followed by Liam Villanueva and Brendan Gilmore here this inning.
So there's one of 3 games happening right now across the state for Legion Baseball. I know Pierre and Watertown are playing out in Pierre, and Brandon Valley is currently playing Spearfish over in Brandon. Don't have any way to get live updates from Brandon Valley at the moment. I'm going to keep looking as I'm sitting over here in the co-commentator's chair, Josh. But thanks to KCCR out of Pierre, I have a live feed for Pierre against Watertown, as it looks like it's a 1-1 between those two teams in the bottom of the first.
2 balls early to Gavin Johnson.
Or check that, it's 1-0. Scoreboard just reset. Watertown just took the lead 1-0 in the bottom of the first there.
Who won yesterday as well, so Pierre in danger out there as that one's low. Make it 3-0 on Johnson. Once again, Bryson Peterson did walk Beck Reichen to start this game and then managed to get 3 outs. Now with Gavin Johnson once again at the plate. Here's the 3-0 in the dirt. So Yankton, for the second straight inning, puts a batter on via the walk to start.
And we usually see Will Sager come out and run for Gavin Johnson, but if you notice, Josh, Carter Boomsman not in the starting lineup today, and he's going to get the courtesy runner honors, and that means I'm going to keep a wide cam with him over at first base. He likes to get active, quick, fast, and in a hurry on the base pads.
Yeah, we'll see if he's going to take off, start that clock as Liam Villanueva sees his first plate appearance of this series as the pickoff not in time. Boomsman back, obviously. Aberdeen well aware of what's going on over there at first base with the speed over there.
Yeah, everybody should be aware of how fast Boomsman is on the base paths.
Here's the pitch. Boomsman goes. It's going to be fouled off by Liam Villanueva.
And that was almost a well-executed hit and run there, as it was just fouled down that third base line, Josh. We're probably talking about Boomsman standing on third base right now, and depending on how it was fielded in left field, who could have known?
I was going to say, the way that was hit, I think we're talking about Boomsman at home. As that throw gets past, Boomsman was going to go. It's still in play, but they're going to hold on the throw over there at first. Dudenhofer decided against it, and just like that, Carter Boomsman was over at second base with nobody out.
There is a reason we keep the wide camera when Carter Boomsman is on the base paths. Yankton has stolen 62 bases on the season. Almost half of those have Carter Boomsman's name next to him. That was his, if they rule it a steal and not an error, it'd be his 26, but I think it's going to be ruled an error, so he'll stay at 25.
Strike looking there to Villanueva, and that breaking ball giving Post 12 some fits where they kind of just stared a few down as Villanueva slaps that one past. It's going to get past short. That should bring Boomsma home. The throw not in time. It's an RBI for Liam Villanueva. This game's tied at 1 apiece.
Great piece of hitting from Villanueva there, just poking it past the shortstop at out there by the second base bag, and Boomsma able to use those wheels to his advantage to slide in safely.
Just like that, it's 1-1 with the legs of Carter Boomsma and the bat of Liam Villanueva. Can't forget, of course, about Gavin Johnson, who walked to start this inning. And now we'll welcome Brandon Gilmore to the plate, and he's looking to sacrifice. That one goes foul. I mean, why not if you can put Villanueva on third? Here, give it a shot with what would be a maximum of 1 out, depending on what would happen. You know, Gilmore's got some good speed, too.
And we talked about it last night in the post-game coach interview with Drew Lawrence. When you put the ball in play and force the defense to make a play, sometimes mistakes happen, and that's how the game ended yesterday.
This one bunted the throw. No, gonna bobble that one. Runners are safe. Here, the bobble over at third base puts runners on the corners for Post 12 with nobody out.
And that's what Coach Lawrence talked about last night. If you force the defense to make a play, 8 times out of 10 they're going to make that play, but that 2 out of 10 you can force a mistake and take it to your advantage.
And I would suspect you won't see Brennan Gilmore over at first base for long. I could see them sending him here, or maybe even another bunt situation. We saw Jackson Cruder lay down a good one yesterday. He takes a pitch low there.
We talked about Boomsma leading the team in stolen bases with 25. It's Gilmore who's second on the team right now, Josh, with 9.
Won't be surprised he takes off the pickoff. Almost caught Gilmore lacking a little bit there, but he gets back in time. Soderlund was the man who bobbled that bunt, by the way, from Gilmore over at third base. Once again, as Gilmore's going to go, this pitch inside, the throw down, not in time as Gilmore gets in there standing. So just like that, Brayden, with a 2-0 count to Jackson Cruder. Yankton with 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out.
And how Aberdeen played that one is how we saw him play it a lot of the time yesterday. With runners on the corners, shortstop comes up, cuts off the throw to second, makes sure the lead runner doesn't try to take the bag home.
Kudera sends this one out towards right center. It's going to be caught, so 1 out. Tagging up and going to score is Villanueva, and just like that, Post 12 has a lead 2-1 here over Aberdeen.
A sac fly RBI there for Yankton, and good way for them to bounce back here after going down just the last half inning.
And we saw a lot of that yesterday. Sac flies, bunts, base stealing. Another example of that right there is Jackson Kudrow puts one in play as Tate Bestie takes a big hack here. The 8-man in the lineup today. Excuse me, the 9-man. So if Bestie could get on potentially with 1 out and the top of the lineup on deck, as he's going to give this one a shot to third. It's going to get past. 1 run will score. It's an RBI double as Bestie's heading towards second. As he is safe, he is. Once again, run does score. So Bestie gets to second and tacks on another run. Yankton putting up a 3 spot so far here in the second.
We're going to take a longer look at this replay from Vision Care Associates just because a lot of moving parts on this one. First of all, Bestie, just good power on that one down the third base line, just out the reach of the outstretched glove. Thought there'd be a play at the plate, Josh, but the play is actually at second base, and Bestie just able to beat it in there. So a huge double for him in Yankton.
Beck Reichen takes a strike. Once again there, Drake Soderlund over at third base for Aberdeen. And now 1 on second base, 1 out for the leadoff man for Yankton as Reichen takes a ball inside there. Yankton with a chance to get a few insurance runs here with the top of their lineup up. So a strong inning for Yankton. Once again, 3 runs here in the top of the second. Peterson throws that one inside. Reichen got out of there fast, trying to avoid the HBP. Obviously, he wants a chance to bring in a run here if he can.
You hear a lot of guys, give their teammates hard times. They'll call to wear it from the dugout, but when you're standing in that batter's box, it's hard to tell your brain not to try to get out of the way. And even in baseball, you have to make some sort of effort.
This one popped up and out over at first base for Reichen, got underneath that. Well, all that's going on. Meanwhile, Tate Bestie tags up on an infield fly, Brayden, and gets over to third base. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Yeah, we're going to look at that again, your Vision Care Associates replay. You can see at the moment it's caught. Bestie takes off, and we see down that third base line, just able to slide under the tag. That's that aggressive base running that Yankton's known for coming to play again.
I genuinely don't know if I've ever seen something like that. But here we are. Now Sam Goki's at the plate. He fouls one off. Did pop out over to third base in the first inning, but has a chance to tack on another run here for Yankton if he can get a base hit.
I am writing that down specifically to ask Drew Lawrence about after this game.
Here's the 0-1 to Goki. He takes the ball low, evens it at 1 apiece.
Now 40 pitches on the day for Peterson as well.
Goki gives that one a ride, but it's foul down the third base line.
Wasn't foul by much, but not enough on that one. A little too much hook.
Once again, if you're just tuning in, Yankton with 3 runs this inning. They lead 3-1 here in the top of the second. This one hit back over too short. The throw in time to retire the side. Yankton strands 1, but they add 3 here to take a 3-1 lead here in the top of the second. When we head to the bottom of the second, it'll be the Aberdeen Bats versus Caden Hunoff. I'm Josh Boelter. You're listening to KYNT, KYN TV, and in breaks brought to you by Avera. We'll be back in just a little bit.
Do you struggle with dry contacts? At Vision Care Associates, we have a great option. Infused contact lenses by Bosch & Lomb. Infused lenses are designed to ensure that your eyes stay hydrated and irritation-free, even after a full day of wear. Our doctors specialize in fitting these lenses for maximum comfort and optimal vision. Schedule your consultation and experience the all-day comfort and crisp, clear vision you deserve.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
At H&H Roofing, we don't just fix roofs, we protect families. We're family-owned, locally operated, and dedicated to keeping our community safe and dry. Every nail, every shingle, every handshake, it all matters to us. From repairs to full roof replacements, we treat every home like it's our own. Because when your home is secure, we feel secure. For honest work and dependable results, trust the local team that cares. Call H&H Roofing in Yankton today. We've got you covered.
Bennett Eisenbeis is going to pop one up to short on the first pitch of the bottom of the second to record it out. Reichen catches that one, so Eisenbeis taking the quick trip back to the dugout. Brayden, I got to ask you a serious question. On gas station power rankings, where's Quick Trip for you?
Gas station power rankings?
Yeah, come on, you.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's a loaded question.
That is. That's a lot to think about. One that something
what,
you can't
what
take.
What prompted this?
Quick Trip.
Fair
I
enough.
said takes a quick trip.
Oh yeah, quick with a W.
Yeah. That one a ball. It's Jason Rivera at the plate. He's the designated hitter today.
We did see Rivera come in relief last night, pitch the final inning.
And he's going to hit this one. A diving Jackson Cudera. The throw in time. What a play over at the hot corner. Jackson Cudera. My goodness, the Yankton infield showing off today.
These sophomores are having fun. We saw Cam Schaff make that play at second last inning, and then this one from Cudera from his knees, from the shortstop spot with the way he dove and able to get it on the money and beat the runner. And so you got an arm like that, you know, JV quarterback last year. The future might be bright for a couple of different sports the way Jackson Cudera likes to play.
So Hunoff's got 2 outs on 3 pitches. He gives up a hit there to Drake Soderlund to put one on here with 2 outs. But my goodness, what a play from Jackson Cudera, who's getting the start at third base. Only seen that a couple times this year. Started one of the games against Renner over at third last week. And you can see why. I mean, his position flexibility can play third, short, or second out here. We've seen him play all 3 this season. Now we welcome the top of the lineup back in JL Aviles. So that one goes outside.
I had to watch that diving effort again from Jackson Cooter. It was a nice base hit just a few moments ago from Soderlund as well. But, man, what a play these guys have been making out in the field for Yankton.
So now a 2-0 count here for Hunoff. Trying to get out of this inning. Get it back to a lineup that turned it on last inning for Yankton, putting up a 3 spot. Yankton leads by 2 once again, trying to close things out here today and make it to the Legion tournament out in Rapid City next week, as that's a strike from Hunoff. Aviles once again at the plate. The leadoff man did reach to start this game. He takes a pitch high and outside, make it 3-1. Only the second inning here. Hunoff thrown a lot of pitches, 35 so far. Here's the 3-1. This one grounded right back to pitcher. Hunoff snags it, throws it over to first to retire the side. Aberdeen strands 1. After 2, it's Yankton 3, Aberdeen 1. When we come back here on KYNT, the inning breaks courtesy of Avera. We'll have the Yankton Bats.
The SureCo exclusive SureLink wireless remote system features the most advanced industrial Bluetooth technology and best-in-class express operation. Operate any SureCo electric product with the SureLink Pro and EZR remotes, or with your smartphone using the SureLink app. To learn more, contact your authorized SureCo distributor or find us at sureco.com. Demand the best. Demand SureCo.
When you make the right decision, it feels good. Like picking the perfect accent rug or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night crime show binge. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision too. That's why State Farm agent Rhonda Westland is right here in Yankton to help you select the right protection at the right price. Rhonda will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. With State Farm agent Rhonda Westland, it's easy to make the right choice. Just call her. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
All right, top of the third here, KYNT-TV. Yankton leads 3-1. Once again, the visiting team here today, putting up a 3 spot in the top of the second there. Take the lead back. It will be Easton Fieser to start this inning at the plate for Yankton out in right field today. Followed by Simon Kampshoff. Then Gavin Johnson.
Saw Fieser have a monster day at the plate yesterday, going 3 for 3, 3 RBIs, scored a run. I believe struck out in his first at-bat, though, today.
And looking to get back to how he was hitting yesterday here at the plate now. Is going to take a ball to start. And once again, Yankton working with a lead here. Have a chance to tack on a few runs. And, well, book their trip to Rapid City. They can close things here once again with a win. That's a strike to Fieser. If not, we'll play a deciding Game 3.
That would probably be 20 to 30 minutes after this one.
So that one's outside. I kind of wish that's what the NBA would do. Like, just like baseball does it. I think it's awesome. Where, it's just like the first round's like a 3-game series.
Mm-hmm.
And then, second round 5, and then goes 7 in the conference finals and the NBA finals. As Fieser pops that one up, I think it's going to get out of play. It will. Evens the count at 2 apiece. I know they used to do 5 games.
Your first round, I think it was, in our lifetime they changed that.
Yeah, I think so, because that's how there was a 1 seed that got beat in that scenario against an 8. I want to say it was the Mavericks against the Warriors, but I might be wrong, as that one's inside for a ball. If we have any NBA people listening, let us know.
Was that like the precursor Warriors with Baron Davis and Jason Richardson?
Yeah, where it was a really good Dirk Nowitzki Mavs team, and they went in there and beat them.
Any big Baron Davis fans out there?
This one popped up. Looks like it's going to go out into center field. It will be caught. for the first out here of the top of the third.
The way that sounded off the bat, Josh, I was going to be very embarrassed if the last thing I said before a potential shot to the gap was any big Baron Davis fans.
Hey, what do we got there? We got Warriors, Clippers, Cavs.
New Orleans Hornet.
Yeah. Was he a Wizard at one point? I feel like he was a Wizard.
Most people are a Wizard at one point, and it's never at a good time.
Yeah, it's usually at a low point. John Wall's kind of like one of the exceptions, him and Bradley Beal.
Yeah, I mean, Marcin Gortat's best years came in Washington.
Gilbert Arenas.
I love a good Gortat screen.
Gilbert Arenas. Just don't have him in the locker room before the game. So that one's inside football. That's a really dated reference at this point, by the way.
Don't ask what he's got in his locker.
Yeah, don't ask what he's packing.
All right.
4 a.m. brain people. I hosted the morning show again today. As this one's fouled off by Simon Kampshoff. He had a nice shot out to left field, Brain, but was eventually caught at the warning track last time up. But yeah, 4 a.m. brain. I've been up for 8 hours.
So we were both up at 4 a.m.
Why were you willingly up at 4 a.m.?
I hadn't gone to bed yet.
Oh my God. Oh, dude.
We're good.
You know, I did see you sent the sports report at like 1:45 this morning. I was like, okay.
Couldn't sleep.
This one low for a ball. Question is, does couldn't sleep translate to siege or battlefield?
No. It was I just couldn't sleep. It turned into Assassin's Creed, but
oh, Assassin's Creed. There we go. This one popped up by Simon Kampshoff for an out over at second base. 2 down here in the top of the third for post 12.
It legitimately was. I couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
For most of it.
I could sleep.
After 3 hours of staring at the ceiling, it's like, well, my brain's not shut off yet. I got to go do something.
So you're like, all right, I suppose I'll do my job.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm a fan. Here's Gavin Johnson at the plate. He fouls one off. His walk to start last inning really kind of catapulted that second inning there where Yankton ended up putting 3 runs on the board and where we kind of sit now with a 3-1 Yankton lead. Here's the 0-1 to Johnson. He takes a breaking ball for a strike, make it 0-2.
I know I've been off on tangents for most of this half inning, but credit to Branson Peterson for being able to come back and really bounce back after giving him a 3-spot last half inning. Was a strike away there from going 1-2-3, but bounces that one.
Yeah, you look at it, has a tough inning last frame, but bouncing back well here so far in the third. Once again, Aberdeen fighting for their season on the line here, trying to force a deciding Game 3, which will be played about 20-30 minutes after this one. Of course, we'll have it. If it happens, this one just outside for a ball makes the count 2 apiece.
I've been informed we are a well-rested trio, Josh, our board operator back in the studio, also up at about 4 a.m.
Yeah, see, but I feel like as Johnson gives that one a ride out to left field, it's going to get down for a base hit. Gavin Johnson extends this inning a little longer. I feel like you guys are more like willingly-ish up me. It was, oh, yeah, I got to work this morning. Which, don't get me wrong, I love hosting the show. It's great, but, it's something I got to get used to consistently.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, Liam Villanueva at the plate here. That's all you can say sometimes is just, yeah. Liam Villanueva at the plate. He had an RBI his last time up off a base hit. And the throw over not in time. They're watching it. Obviously, Carter Boomsma out there, the pinch runner right now. If he can get over to second, all of a sudden, Liam Villanueva, all he's got to do is slap one of the outfield, and the run probably scores. Here's the first pitch of the at-bat. The throw down as Boomsma takes off, not in time for a ball, and now Boomsma over at second base.
Carter Boomsma, the reason that we stay on the wide camera when he's on the base paths. He just loves to take off, and he's been caught, I think, only twice in the Legion season. That's now his 26th steal.
This one hit out to center. Will it get down? No. Caught to retire the side. Yankton strands 1, and after the top of the third, they lead 3-1. When we come back, Caden Hunoff on the mound. Inning breaks brought to you by Avera, Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler, KYNT, KYNTV.
Feeling drained isn't always about sleep or motivation. This is Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson with First Chiropractic Centers. When your body is stiff, tense, or moving poorly, everyday tasks can take more effort than they should. When spinal joints aren't moving well, other areas often compensate. Regular chiropractic care helps improve mobility and reduce tension patterns that keep your body on high alert. Start feeling better with a call to First Chiropractic Centers with offices in Yankton, Hardington, Tyndall, and Wagner, inspiring and empowering others to healthier living.
Change can be exciting, especially when the people you trust are still taking care of you. Larry's Heating and Cooling is now Larry's Plumbing Heating and Cooling, but you'll still see the same familiar faces, receive the same dependable service, and count on the same experienced team that's been serving families in the Yankton area for years. And the good news? Well, we've added plumbing. Our skilled plumbers are ready to help with scheduled appointment times, not just a time window. Larry's Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Yankton, Vermilion, and the surrounding area.
All right, bottom of the third here for Aberdeen. They trail 3-1 here against Post 12. Once again, Yankton, the visiting team here today. Just got to put that out there every now and then. Yankton would be the home team if we go to a game 3. Carson Borge at the plate. He struck out in his lone plate appearance so far in the bottom of the first. Here's the first pitch to Borge. Inside for a strike. Hunoff has thrown a decent amount of pitches here through 2 innings, through 36 through 2, on about 18 per inning. So that one's high for a ball, evens the count at 1 apiece. So a 1-1 count to Borge, the left fielder today. As he fouls that one off, make it 1-2. Once again, Yankton leads 3-1 here over Aberdeen, trying to make their way to the Legion tournament next week in Rapid City. Here's the 1-2 to Borge, high for a ball, 2 apiece.
And Hunoff and Peterson have had similar games on the mound. I mean, Peterson's given up 3 hits. Hunoff's given up 2 hits. Neither one has really been in too much danger outside of that top of the second inning for Peterson.
Strike 3 looking on Borge there. But, yeah, Hunoff, has had to labor out there a bit. Not really giving up much on the scoreboard so far, but throwing a lot of pitches here so far through 2 1/3. But keeping things in front of him, gets the strikeout there. That'll welcome Joe Cogley to the plate for Aberdeen.
And the umpire is writing something down in a book. I don't know if there's an issue where a fan said something that, we've seen that happen before. A fan got ejected earlier this year.
This one popped up by Cogley. That's out of play. And, typically, though, with those situations, even then, they usually go on a little bit longer. There's a little bit of a conversation and whatnot. But you did hear some clapping underneath us, too. So I don't know what's going on. But either way, play resumes. Cogley's going to slap that one out to right field for a base knock. Put a runner on here with 1 out for Aberdeen.
This is the way some of these plays have been made out in the field. I'm surprised Simon Kampshoff didn't jump 10 feet in the air and glove that one the way he's been playing. But he is human at second base. But great hit from Cogley as well.
And, I was wondering the same thing there. I thought, can he get that? No, he cannot.
Well, if he just had like a 40-inch vertical, which I don't know what Simon Kampshoff's
if
vertical
he was
leap
just Victor Wembanyama but could also jump like Nate Robinson, he would have had this one. Grounded back up the middle. That's another base hit. Dudenhofer at the plate gets a first pitch hit. So now runners on first and second here for Aberdeen. Hunoff in a little bit of trouble here in the third.
That's good back-to-back hits. Aberdeen trying to get some things rolling. They're down 2, but you can tell they're still out there fighting hard, and their season is on the line. We talked about it in the pregame several times. They've been backed into a corner, and it's do-or-die mode.
Jackson Post now at the plate. The 5-man starting at shortstop today with a chance with a runner in scoring position. Takes a strike. Start this sequence.
And something that I don't think can ever be quantified, really, Josh, is how much kids just love playing baseball and want to keep playing baseball.
And that's the thing. Once again, like you said, Aberdeen's season on the line here, and looking to knot this one up, obviously, but down 2 with 2 runners on. It's getting their season on the line and trying to force a deciding game 3 immediately after this one. So a 1-1 count here to Jackson Post. Here's the 1-1. This one popped high in the sky. It looks like it's going to be Bestie that gets underneath it. He does for the second out. Holds up the runner. It was just in enough. So now 2 outs here in the bottom of the third for Caden Hunoff.
You've already talked about how we've seen it throughout this doubleheader with Aberdeen. Beck Reichen yesterday, now Caden Hunoff today. Multiple situations where there's 1 or 2 runners on, and they're able to battle out and get a couple outs. But Hunoff not out of the woods yet, needs 1 more out to keep it scoreless here in the bottom of the third.
And to get that out, he'll have to face the catcher, Levi Hoffman. That one a ball. So 2 on, 2 outs, 1 ball to Hoffman. Yankton leads 3-1 here in the bottom of the third. Here's the pitch. This one hit over to Reich, and he's going to get it on the hop. The throw in time to retire the side. Aberdeen strands 2, and Hunoff gets out of the inning. After 3, it's Yankton 3, Aberdeen 1. I'm Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler, KYNT, KYN-TV. Inning breaks courtesy of Avera. When we come back, the Yankton Bats.
Play ball! This is John Marquardt. As an umpire, I know when it's time to step up to the plate and give it your best. And the time for me to step up is now, so I'm running for the District 18 House. I've had extensive experience on the Yankton County Commission, and I will represent the entire district.
In the November 3rd election, vote for John Marquardt, District 18 House of Representatives. Paid for by Friends of John Marquardt.
At Elwood Family Dental Care, they believe you should understand your dental health, not just receive it. They'll show you your x-rays and photos, explain the why behind any treatment, and make sure you feel confident about your care. And if you have dental insurance, it's a good time to use it. New patient exams and x-rays are often covered at 100%. Learn more at elwoodfamilydentalcare.com, where they take care of the entire family.
Top of the fourth here, KYNT, KYN-TV. Yankton leads 3-1 here over Aberdeen, and they're at the plate here. It's going to start with Brendan Gilmore for Yankton here, once again leading 3-1. 3 hits so far for the post-12 offense. Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler, KYNT, KYN-TV.
This is the 7, 8, 9 hitters in the lineup for Yankton. Finally have a thought come to my head and the hiccup ruins it. But this is the 7, 8, 9 hitters in the lineup. And we've talked about it in the pregame. We talked about it throughout the season that where you are in the lineup doesn't really matter because any given game, Yankton feels like they get production from different parts of the lineup every time.
Absolutely. You know, once again, Brendan Gilmore, a big part of that, been swinging a hot bat in the Legion season. Look at his numbers, hitting .317. You know, it feels like if you're Drew Lawrence, you got to get him in the lineup any way you can. Getting the start in left field today as he takes a ball. Start the fourth. Yankton with a chance, maybe here in the fourth, if they can tack on a couple runs, separate a little bit. Still a close game here in the top of the fourth. 4 post 12 in Aberdeen. This one a ball as well to Brendan Gilmore.
You want to talk about the improvement of Brendan Gilmore from the spring season to the Legion season. It was an outlier in the spring season, not the numbers he expected. He improved him a little bit at the end, but his batting average right now in the summer season is 100 points higher than his batting average in the spring season. Just shows the improvement and the focus and dedication in the summer.
Yeah, swinging a hot bat, and you saw him reach on a bunt in the second inning. Part of that 3-run second inning, and now working a good 3-1 count right here on Peterson. Here's the 3-1 to Gilmore. Low and outside for a ball. So Yankton with the leadoff runner on, and like you mentioned, Gilmore's got some wheels too. Could see him take off or potentially another sacrifice bunt situation here.
going back to that improvement from the spring season to the summer season for Brayden Gilmore, that's basically across the board if you look at the numbers. The only guys not hitting better right now than they were in the spring season are, funny enough, the guys who are two of the top hitters on the team, and Sam Goki and Easton Fieser.
Pitch inside, Gilmore goes. He's going to be safe over at second base, and just like that, a runner in scoring position for post 12.
But to finish that thought, it'd be hard to do better than Sam Goki and Easton Fieser did in the spring season. Goki hit 486 with a 1.229 OPS, and Fieser hit 421 with a 1.194. So their numbers came back down to earth a little bit in the summer season, but the rest of the team has kind of met them at their same spot.
Bunt here from Cooter. It's going over to the catcher, Hoffman, making the play in time. With that, there's no one covering the play, and Brayden Gilmore is going to turn on the Jets and sneak home for a run. Yankton tacks on one with the small ball. What a play. Heads up there. It's now 4-1 post 12.
We're going to take a look at it again. Your Vision Care Associates replay. Just great mindset from Brayden Gilmore. Realizing the catcher had to go get that ball. No one's covering the bag. And fleet of foot for Brayden from second base, 180 feet all the way to home and increasing their lead to 3.
And, of course, with that, Drew Lawrence sitting over there at third base right in his ear. I wonder if he's saying, hey, get going. And so that one a ball to Tate Bestie, by the way, at the plate. But, yeah, a heads-up play there from Gilmore. Tack on a run there from the bunt from Kudera as well. And a good bunt, we should mention as well. As Kudera, with that now, has 2 plays with a sac fly and then that bunt there that have resulted in runs for post 12 here today.
It's always a treat to watch Drew Lawrence in the third base coaching box because, sometimes coaches can get very big in their movements, making sure people can see they're waving home. He's very subdued, almost like he's trying to hide what he's signaling from everybody else over there in the third base coaching box.
So now, once again, Tate Bestie at the plate. He's down 1-2 in the count against Peterson. Here with 1 out in the top of the 4th, and Yankton leads 4-1. That one in the dirt from Peterson.
First run for either team there since the top of the 2nd inning, and Yankton up by 3 runs on the scoreboard, Josh, but losing in the hit battle so far. 4-3, Aberdeen actually has more hits.
The even innings being kind, though, to post 12. Like you said, 3 in the 2nd, 1 so far here in the 4th. Now we got a full count on Tate Bestie. This will be the 75th pitch for Branson Peterson here this afternoon. Here's the full count. This one hit down the third place line. A nice diving snag. The throw in time. What a play over there at third base for Aberdeen. What an effort there from Soderlund to reach out and grab that one to get it out. Big play.
And we talked about earlier on with Jackson Cooter throwing from his knees. Soderlund, while he was getting up through that, no lower body. That was all upper body on that dot across the diamond. What a play for him at the hot corner.
Yeah, what a play. And now 2 outs here for Peterson as we welcome the top of the Yankton lineup back up as that one's inside to Beck Reichen. But yeah, a heck of a play and stole at least 1 there from Tate Bestie. That was a nice hit. Made some good contact on it. Just even better play over at third base. Here's the 1-0 to Reichen. He pops it up over to second base. That one is going to be caught to end the inning. Yankton adds 1, though. They lead 4-1 here over Aberdeen. I'm Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler, KYNT, KYN-TV. Inning breaks brought to you by Avera. When we come back, Caden Hunoff on the mound.
Does your insurance agent know you by name? Do you see them at the school pickup or around town? Home and auto insurance is more than just premiums and deductibles. It's about having someone who truly understands you and your family. We take the time to get to know your life, your needs, and what matters most, so you have the right coverage when it counts. Call me, Skylar Sherman with Missouri River Associates in Yankton today for insurance you can trust from someone who's truly local.
Are you looking to buy or sell a home but not sure where to start? I'm Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate, and I'm here to guide you every step of the way. With 20 years of experience and a passion for finding the perfect match, I'll work hard for you, answer all your questions along the way, and make it stress-free. Call me at 605-664-5555 and let's get moving.
bottom of the fourth here, KYNT, KYNTV. Caden Hunoff on the mound. He's working a 4-1 lead here for post 12. As this one's another first pitch swinging from Bennett Eisenbeis, and a great play once again from Simon Kampshoff over to Sam Goki at first base to retire one here in the fourth. I feel like we haven't even gotten a chance to talk about Bennett Eisenbeis, as he's been first pitch swinging both plate appearances, popped out to short earlier in this one as well.
You saw a flash of the wheels on that run down the first base line as well. Ground ball to the right side of the infield. I know it was it was near the outfield grass, but you rarely see a ground ball right side of the infield be a close play at first base, and it was because of the jump Eisenbeis got.
And here's Rivera at the plate. He was robbed of a hit from Jackson Cooter last time up, a diving play over at third base. And you could see him shaking his head on the way back to the dugout last time. I don't blame him. He had a nice piece of hitting over to third. Just an even better play once again from Cooter out there. And now he's working a 1-2 count after a strike looking from Hunoff. Getting into the mid stages of this game. It feels like if there's a time to make a push, it's this next fourth and fifth inning here for Aberdeen. It's this one outside from Hunoff, evens the count at 2 apiece.
Take a look quickly again at the last time Rivera was at the plate. You mentioned that play from Jackson Cooter, and it was a seeing eye ground ball that should have been into left field, Josh, but Cooter was able to make that great play.
Outside again from Hunoff, and when he's missing today, it feels like it's been in that outside batter's box there on the right side, specifically to lefties. A few lefties, actually, in this Aberdeen lineup. And true lefties as that is 3 straight balls in the same spot, result in a walk for Rivera. Put a runner on here for Aberdeen.
That's the duality of baseball. You have a well-hit ground ball in your last at-bat that should have been a single. You're robbed by the third baseman, and then you don't really have to do anything at the plate. You don't have to swing the bat to get on base there, and now you're on the base pass for Rivera.
Drake Soderlund at the plate. He had a hit in his first plate appearance as he takes a big hack at that one for a strike. So 1 on, 1 out. Yankton up 4-1 here in the bottom of the fourth. Runner on first base. That's Rivera, the designated hitter. Is pitch high to Soderlund there for a ball to even it at 1 apiece. Hunoff laboring through 4. He's got 58 pitches here through 3 1/3. That one a ball. Make the count 2-1.
Sauerland had to bend out of danger on that one a little bit.
Now Hunoff takes a quick look over at first. The 2-1. High for a ball. There is a man warming up for Yankton out in the pen.
Yeah, it looks to be Boston Frick over there warming up.
You wonder here, possibly Hunoff threatening back-to-back walks. Could they go to Frick? As he misses, and when he's missing, Brayden, it feels like it's been consistently in the same 2 spots, that high and inside and then outside, as I think we're going to get Boston Frick here as Drew Lawrence is coming out to the mound. That's the call. It's going to be Boston Frick on the mound. We're going to take a break as this is going on. We'll take a 90-second break here as we're going to welcome Boston Frick to this game. When we come back, there's 2 on for Aberdeen. It's 4-1 Yankton here in the bottom of the fourth with 1 out. Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler here on KYNT, KYNTV.
If it's time to review the look of the signage of your business, let Mayor Signs help. They offer all types of signs, including exterior and interior signage, fleet wraps, digital signs, and much more. They also do logo creation and vehicle wraps. Their technicians arrive on site, fully equipped to get the installation done with quality workmanship. With the latest tools and technology, Mayor Signs provides high-quality installation service for any sign. Contact Mayor Signs today on 4th and Broadway in Yankton.
Moody Motors in Niobrara has some fresh new trades to the lot. Just in is a 2016 Ford Fusion that is very nice, a 2021 Bronco Sport Badlands Edition, and a really nice 2020 Chrysler Pacifica van with only 50,000 miles on it. If you're needing a truck, check out this 2023 F350 Crew Cab Lariat Diesel or a 2022 F250 Crew Cab Lariat with the 7.3 gas engine in it. If you want a great vehicle at a great price, stop into Moody Motors in Niobrara.
It's sandal season at Boston Shoes to Boots, and we are fully loaded on new inventory and classic favorites. From popular brands like Birkenstock, Chaco, Keen, Aetrex, Dansko, Sorel, and so much more. Find the perfect fit and step into something new this season. Boston Shoes to Boots, open 6 days a week, located in the heart of downtown on Cedar Street. See you soon, shoe lovers.
KYNT, Yankton, FM 1021 and AM 1450, Yankton's home team.
All right, a quick 0-2 count from Boston Frick. There are 2 runners on here with 1 out in the 4th. Frick with the ball just outside. Here, once again, Aberdeen trying to rally. They're down 4-1 in the 4th. Leadoff man at the plate. This one hit over to second. Kampshoff going to throw it to Reich in the flip. 4-2. What a play. A double play to get out of the inning as Boston Frick does his job in relief. As we head to the top of the 5th, it's Yankton 4, Aberdeen 1. I'm Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler, KYNT, KYNTV. Inning breaks brought to you by Avera. When we come back, the Yankton Bats.
When a community invests in growth, the results speak for themselves. That's the Thrive Effect. In the past year, Yankton Thrive has helped strengthen our local economy through workforce development, business support, tourism promotion, and community partnerships. Today, we proudly serve more than 475 members, support local businesses, connect employers with talent, and showcase Yankton as a place to live, work, play, and visit. Real partnerships, real progress, real results. See the impact for yourself and learn online at yanktonsd.com.
Car troubles never happen at a convenient time. Whether you find yourself with a flat tire, dead battery, breakdown, or in an accident, call Gary's Towing. They've been helping drivers in the Yankton area for over 50 years with light, medium, and heavy towing. Family owned and operated Gary's Towing is the name you can count on, day or night. Call Gary, Mike, or Mason at 605-665-4351. Gary's Towing, where experience means reliability.
All right, top of the 5th, here we go. KYNT, KYNTV, Riverside Field, Yankton leading 4-1 here. It's going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Goki, Fieser, and Kampshoff for Yankton here. Part of the lineup, Brayden, that's been surprisingly quiet here today for Yankton.
Yeah, traditionally, this is the part of the lineup we talk about heavily in these broadcasts, but quiet to get things rolling so far. We'll see if that changes here in the bottom of the 4th. Do have a couple score updates from around the state for you. Bottom of the 4th inning in the state capital, Watertown leads Pierre 1-0, and if Watertown wins that one, that series is over. Watertown would sweep Pierre 2-0 in that 7-10 matchup. Our other matchup happening right now, Brandon Valley, they're tied with Spearfish. Spearfish put 2 runs on the board in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Spearfish wins that game, they would tie up at 1 apiece and play a winner-take-all game 3.
That's what Yankton's trying to avoid here. They're sitting in a good spot up 3 and a chance as we're getting closer to the late stages of this game, Brayden, to maybe tack on a run or two. Is another breaking ball here for a strike for Peterson. If there's one thing that's given Yankton fits, it's those breaking balls that are kind of shooting in or breaking in at the last second there for a strike looking as you see another one to Goki as he is going to foul that one off, make it 1-2 in the count.
Yeah, we talked about the differences between Eisenbeis on the mound yesterday and Peterson today, the different looks that Aberdeen has thrown at Yankton. Peterson has a little more sharper bite on those breaking balls, and Eisenbeis has looped a little more when they were tougher to track in that regard. So just the different looks have been given a couple fits, but Yankton has adjusted well. They have that 3-run top of the 2nd inning. They obviously leave 4-1 here, so.
Not just, a righty versus a lefty. That's the thing, too, where you get the arm angles and different looks at that as that one's outside. And Goki able to battle back here to a full count. Haven't, once again, really seen the top of this Yankton lineup do a ton today, but looking to change that here.
I've seen it a couple times in the last 2 innings here that Peterson's expressed some frustration after a couple of these misses. You see it there after he walks Goki to lead things off.
Now, this is a real point for Yankton. Once again, you talk about it, really the teeth of your lineup up, the heart of your lineup, can create some separation here once again as you're getting towards the late stages of this game. You got a man on, your 3-hitter up for Yankton. We'll see what Easton Fieser can do at the plate here. So Yankton's trying to expand that 3-run lead they got here in the 5th. Peterson at 84 pitches here today. This one fouled off on pitch number 85 by Easton Fieser for an 0-1 count. So 1 on, nobody out for Yankton. Once again, Yankton with a win would punch their ticket to Rapid City next week. Rumor is Brayden will be making the trip out there if Yankton's able to finish this off. So, once we have details on the what day and when and all those things, we'll get that to you.
Yeah, I can't book my trip too soon, though.
2-1 count here to Fieser now after a ball outside from Peterson. Long look over at Goki at first base. Peterson the 2-1. Just misses for a ball, make it 3-1. A little bit of frustration, like you mentioned, from Peterson there. I think he thought he had a strike.
It's one of those things where you're in a close game, your season's on the line, those emotions can show, and it depends on how you let it fuel you or if you let it consume you, as cliches like to go. But
3-1 to Fieser is in for a breaking ball strike. Once again, we talked about that breaking ball. It's given Yankton a little bit of fits today. A lot of strike looking on that pitch. Here's the 3-2. Goki's going to go. This one popped back. He's going to have to get back. Turns on a dime. Looks like he will get back in time. It's caught out and right. Fieser obviously having to swing there with a full count. Freezes Goki at first base after he was taken off.
Goki lost his footing a little bit as he was turning around too, Josh, but it looked like he was doing a burpee at second base, but able to get back in time, and part of that is too just how high that was. You can tell Fieser got too far underneath of that one from what he wanted.
Now Simon Kamshoff at the plate, the 4-man, the cleanup hitter. Here today, takes a big hack at a breaking ball, miss for a strike. So now 1 on, 1 out for post 12. Goki on first with Simon Kamshoff at the plate. Long look from Peterson. Now Goki's going to go again. The throw down, not in time. Just like that, Yankton's got a man in scoring position with Goki at second base.
And what's funny, Josh, is I just heard a call from, it was either Aberdeen's dugout or one of their players out in the field, but asking for a double play ball from the field, and Goki must have heard that and immediately taken off. So let's just take that off the board. It's not that happened.
Yeah, that barring something crazy, looks like that's out of the question here, as that's a ball to Kamshoff. Once again, Yankton looking to add to their lead here in the top of the 5th. Two 2-1 to Kamshoff. The pitch, high for a ball, make it 3-1. Kamshoff now. Once again, trying to get on base here. A hit probably scores Goki from second. That being said, working a 3-1 count. Here's the 3-1. In for a strike. Full count on Goki. So the payoff from Peterson, as you know what that means in this broadcast, this pitch will not probably pay things off. It will actually. A slow roller over to short. The throw just in time is going to get Kamshoff. Goki does advance to third, but 2 outs now on the board here in the top of the 5th.
First base umpire for a moment there was kind of signaling that he wanted to check with the home plate umpire on something, but home plate agreed that it was an out call. That was a close play over at first base.
Yeah, close play indeed. Now Gavin Johnson at the plate. He's 1 for 1 with a walk today as well. Slapped one out to left in his last plate appearance. He does it again. A run will score, but I don't think that's going to be the case here, as that one's popped high in the sky down the first base line. It's caught to retire the side. Yankton Strands 1 here in the top of the 5th. It's still 4-1. They lead when we come back. Boston Frick on the mound. I'm Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler, KYNT, KYN-TV. Inning breaks brought to you by Avera. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Mold is something you don't want in your house.
Vortec offers free mold inspections.
And if they find the mold, they locate the problem and fix it. Vortec keeps your home safe and healthy.
If you're worried about mold, call FloorTech Cleaning and Restoration for a free inspection. Serving Southeast South Dakota and Northeast Nebraska. If your home or floor is wet, call FloorTech.
I'm Chris, the plant accountant here with Parker of Yankton. So let's do some math. 40 hours a week, 52 weeks a year, that's 2,080 hours. With our night shift pay differential of $2.35 an hour, that comes out to over $400 extra in your pocket every month. Nearly $5,000 extra dollars a year just for working the same job on a different shift. Same work, same team, just more in your paycheck. Join us and let the math work in your favor. Learn more at parker.com/careers.
Parker, engineering your success.
All right, bottom of the fifth here, KYNT, KYN-TV. Boston Frick still on the mound. He came in relief last inning, got out of a jam on a double play ball to retire the side. Now he'll handle things here in the fifth for post 12. He's working a 3-run lead here. It's 4-1 Yankton as we kind of enter the late stages of this game.
Frick's been used as a starter. He's been used as a shutdown man sometimes throughout this season. A very versatile arm to have in the rotation for Yankton. A little similar to what we saw, much more similar to what we saw yesterday from Eisenbeis for Aberdeen. Much more of a breaking ball pitcher, induce weak contact, get guys out in that regard, but does have some strikeout stuff when needed.
And it's the heart of the Aberdeen lineup, by the way. Carson Borge at the plate here. Aberdeen's looking to make a rally. This one inside for a ball. Make the count 1-0 to start the fifth. Once again, you got to assume as long as he doesn't get in any trouble, this is probably Frick's game the rest of the way. Here in game 2. This one in for a strike. Make it 1-1. Once again, Yankton just 9 out to Rapid City next week. Here's the 1-1 to Borge. This one foul. No, actually, that might stay in play. We'll see if Fieser can get underneath it. No, into the bullpen out there. Make it a 1-2 count.
I got a little bit of deja vu there, Josh. Remember a few weeks ago, Easton Fieser had quite a collision out there in right field with the right field bullpen, but was able to put on the brakes in time that time.
They're saying the fence out there is still bent in after that. That's what they're saying out there.
You know, my memory has been serving me wrong in this summer season, Josh. I mentioned that Boston Frick has been used as a starter and as a shutdown man, primarily out of the bullpen here in the Legion year. Only one start across 11 appearances. He's thrown 29 2/3 innings, 3-0 record, 2 saves and 2 opportunities.
You know, really carved out a role here as Borge hits that one over to Reichen. Grounded out. Nice play there by Beck Reichen. Throw in time for the first out here in the fifth.
And round out the numbers on Frick for his season, 2.36 ERA with a 1.011 whip, a batting average against of just 200. Can also give you the final stats for our starter, Caden Hunoff, here momentarily for Yankton.
Yeah, you know, Frick, Brayden just does a good job of creating soft contact. Not so much on that one, as that one was kind of hit on a hop or a well-hit ball, but, you know, it's something that he is so good at, is just inducing soft contact there. And continue to find a roll as that one's hit right back to Frick for the second out here of the fifth. A nice play by Boston Frick, and we've seen a couple of those here today from Yankton pitchers. Hunoff had a couple of them too.
We're going to take a look back at it real quick in your Vision Care Associates replay here as I struggle to cue it up, but a great job there. Call that an ice cream cone back in the day, just in the top of the glove, able to bring it in and throw it over to first base.
That'll welcome Michael Dutenhofer to the plate, the cleanup man with 2 out and nobody on. His Frick puts one down the middle for a strike.
To close the book on Caden Hunoff through the day, threw 61 pitches over 3 1/3 innings, gave up 4 hits, 1 run, it was earned, 2 strikeouts to 4 walks. 61 total pitches, 34 for strikes.
Now this one hit back towards Frick. I think his glove just kind of got in the way of that one. Otherwise, that might have been a ground out as well. Either way, Dutenhofer is going to be safe over there at first base.
When they ask about getting on base, Josh, they don't ask how. They ask how many times you can do it. So
Right.
Dutenhofer getting on base there would have been a close play if it gets by Frick there, but also if Frick's able to glove it, it's a close play as well. So you can play the if and or whatever game all you want.
That pitch, a ball. So 1 man on for Aberdeen here in the bottom of the fifth. 2 outs. They trail by 3. Jackson Post at the plate. The pitch to Post. This one hit out towards right field. Feeser trying to chase it down. Also in the pen there, evens the count at 1 apiece.
You know, the if game, Josh, a big pastime of Chargers fans.
Leave him alone, man. Just, come on.
I can admit Justin Herbert's really good at playing quarterback, but it's also they love to hit the if Justin Herbert had this. Yeah, well, you know.
You watched that playoff game this year. That's the worst play offensive line I've ever seen in my life. Other than maybe the team they also played in that game, but my goodness. This one hit over towards short. Riken fields it. The throw on the hop. In time, a delayed decision there from the first base umpire, but the out called to end the inning. So Aberdeen Strands 1 as we head to the top of the 6th. It's Yankton 4, Aberdeen 1. Inning breaks courtesy of Avera, Josh Boelter, Brayden, Butler, KYNT, KYNTV. When we come back, the Yankton Bats.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. CoreTrust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from CoreTrust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit CoreTrustBank.com today.
Member FDIC.
Introducing the all-new Glow Vitality Bar at Glow Aesthetics Med Spa. Quick, effective in-office injections and IV therapies designed to support energy, immunity, recovery, and overall wellness in minutes. From NAD+ and glutathione for cellular support and glow to B-complex boosts, hydration drips, and fast-acting nausea or pain relief. We make feeling better simple and convenient. Need a quick energy reset, recovering from travel or a long week? It's time to glow. Glow Vitality Bar at Glow Aesthetics Med Spa.
All right, 4-1 here. Yankton leads into the top of the 6th. You know, you mentioned those 4 runs here as we head in here with the Yankton Bats up. Only 3 hits for post 12 today, but capitalizing on some bunts and some stolen bases once again, some sacrifice plays. Just getting things done as they do. And now up 3 here as we enter the 6th. Yankton just 6 outs away from closing this one down and heading to Rapid City next week. Things will start with Liam Villanueva. He has one of those hits today. He had an RBI in the 2nd inning there to get the scoring started for post 12.
There is a discrepancy here, Josh. The outfield scoreboard says 3 hits, but Game Changer is saying 4 hits for Yankton. So
we'll count it at 3.5. How about that?
Which do we view as gospel? If you believe Game Changer, those 4 hits belong to Gavin Johnson, Liam Villanueva, Brennan Gilmore, and Tate Bestie, who are 5, 6, 7, and 9 in the batting order.
See, that's interesting. They have, as Villanueva goes down 0-2, they have 3 hits for Yankton, but no errors on the board either. So I don't know if maybe there's just a type. So maybe it is 4 hits here today as Villanueva is going to pop this one foul. That was Branson Peterson's 100th pitch of the day. Keep in mind the 105 pitch limit. Of course, you can finish off the at-bat you're in the middle of it once you go over that. So you got to imagine 1, maybe 2 more batters after this for Peterson, depending on what happens.
He'd love to get a couple quick outs and work through this top of the 6th inning entirely.
And he's going to get a strike 3 looking on Liam Villanueva there for the first out of the top of the 6th.
And Villanueva shaking his head on the way back to the dugout. Didn't like being sat down on that one as Brennan Gilmore gets his shot here. And Gilmore has been kind of the lifeline for the Yankton Bats today. He's 1 for 1 at the plate, has a walk, but scored both times he's been on the base paths.
Yeah, and looking to get on base again here. Yankton up 3.
He's also got 2 steals on the day, Josh.
Yeah, playing well and takes a strike there to start. Like you said, his speed, kind of underrated. Yankton knows what they have in Brennan Gilmore. And once again, swinging a hot bat, hitting .317 coming into today's game here as he takes a ball low, evens count at 1 apiece. So with that, Peterson's at 103 pitches.
Talk about Yankton being more aggressive on the base paths. They had 7 stolen bases last night against Aberdeen, Josh, and now they got 4 so far today.
Yeah, and that pitch, 104, not the speed, the amount, I should say. He's throwing 104, my goodness.
Mizorowski has competition.
It's Mizorowski on the mound at that point.
Of course the Brewers get Mizorowski.
Yeah, they'll trade him in a couple years and they can't pay him. It's what they do.
Yeah.
They're guardians, NL. Sorry, Dave Spencer, if you're listening. No, I don't care that you're in first place.
7 games clear because we lost to the Tigers last night, I think. Well, we were down 4-1 to the Tigers when I turned it off. I didn't check the final score. We being the Cubs.
Yeah. I was going to say, I saw a bit of that game. I don't remember why. Something had happened. That's what I got for you. Something had happened in the baseball game. So that one's fouled off. Peterson is, by the way, over the pitch limit, so this will be his last batter of the day. He's at 107 pitches.
I was talking to after this.
As Gilmore pops this one out towards center. Will it get down? It will not. It's caught out in center field with a little flip of the ball there for out number 2 here in the 6th. And with that, we're going to get a mound visit and a pitching change for Aberdeen. We'll get the name of the man coming to the bump here when we come back in 60 seconds. We're going to take a break here as things get changed. Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler, KYNT, KYNTV. Yankton leads 4-1 in the top of the 6th. We'll come back here in 60 seconds.
There's a moment in every real estate deal that matters more than the contract. It usually happens at a kitchen table. Maybe it's a young couple realizing they can actually afford their first home. Maybe it's a family deciding it is time to build something new. At the Move Group, that's the moment we work for. Not the commission, not the closing. The moment a person looks up and says, "We can do this." That's the Move Group. So move with Mason and the Move Group.
Move with Mason.
That's you trying to fix the plumbing yourself to save a few bucks. Doing things yourself doesn't always end well. The same goes for insurance. That's why Auto Owners works with local independent agents who tailor coverage to meet your needs and offer discounts for life, home, car, and business insurance. Because sometimes you need a professional to get the job done right. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MT and RC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. Visit mtrcsmithinsurance.com.
All right, Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler here on KYNT, KYN-TV. Let me set the scene for you. It's top of the 6th, 2 out here for Yankton. They are technically the visitors here today at Riverside Field as they lead 4-1 here. Nobody on. It's Jackson Post coming in to pitch for Aberdeen as Branson Peterson reached his pitch limit for the day. His numbers, he went 5 2/3, gave up 4 hits, 4 runs, all earned 4 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Threw 108 pitches here today. Get some ice on that arm, young man. So once again, Post is going to take things over here for Aberdeen. Obviously looking to get these last 4 outs that they need here. Jackson Kudrow, when we come back to play, will be at the plate for Post 12. Yankton with 4 hits of their own. They've got 4 runs. 3 of those come in the 2nd. They tacked on another one in the top of the 4th as well. Keep in mind, we will play a full 7. Unless this goes to extras, then we'll play more. But with Aberdeen being the visiting team, as long as they're still trailing, they will have the shot here. Trailing or tied, of course. Post's first pitch is a strike to Jackson Kudrow here with 2 outs in the 6th.
A little late on the flyover, gentlemen, as a helicopter goes overhead.
They just wanted to catch the ball game in the 6th. They want to see what's going on.
That is heading south, so I wonder where that helicopter's going. Came from our, be northeast. Anyway.
I can tell you they're heading south.
They're heading southwest.
2-1 count here to Kudrow at the plate. Make it 3-1. Ball high from Post. Post, another righty here for Aberdeen on the mound. Here's the 3-1 to Kudrow. bounces off the plate, and that's going to put Cooter on for a walk with 2 outs in the 6th. So that'll welcome Tate Bestie to the plate. Here with 1 on and 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Bestie playing center field as he usually does for post 12 here today. He's going to take a ball low. Start this at bat.
I heard somebody down there saying ain't nothing but a thing, and I'm trying to figure out what that means and what that's in reference to.
I feel like as that one goes for a ball, I feel like that's in the same vein as just play catch out there. Just you and him out there.
It's like, no, it's
you
not.
and the catcher.
There's just you and the catcher. There's 7 guys behind me.
Play catch. Pickoff attempt not in time as Kudera gets back, but I think that's one of my least favorite baseball phrases.
My least favorite baseball phrase to a pitcher is just throw strikes. Yeah, they're trying, dude.
They're trying.
They're trying.
Unless you're Emmanuel Clase, then
then you're not trying, actually.
That one gets past Hoffman, the catchers. That'll send Kudera to second base. A 3-0 count on Tate Bestie, by the way. But
wasn't there another Guardians pitcher involved in that, too?
There was.
He's not as famous as Clase because he wasn't literally one of the best closers in the league, but
they're saying maybe a Dodger was involved too. That one a strike from Jackson Post, make it 3-1.
Or at least somebody close to him.
Or at the least was hired as his job title of fall guy. What? I'm sorry. Here's the 3-1 count from Post. That's going to be outside to Bestie. So he walks back-to-back batters as he comes in here. And now Yankton maybe working a little 2-out magic. Went from nobody out and 2 on to all of a sudden 2 on, just like that.
Lineup rolls over the top end, too. We mentioned that a little quieter than usual today from the top end of the lineup, but these are guys who can get going quick, fast, and in a hurry. Post has to be careful here, even with 2 outs.
And Jackson Post is struggling to find the zone here, Brayden, as he throws another one in the dirt. Here to start the count to Riken. Post takes a long look over at Jackson Kudera. This one in the dirt as well. 2-0. Once again, 2 on, 2 out. Yankton lead by 3 here in the top of the 6th. The 2-0, make it 2-1, a strike from Jackson Post. Here's the 2-1. Low for a ball, make it 3-1 on. Back Riken here. Now Post in danger, Brayden, of walking the bases loaded with 2 outs. (3-1) high for a ball, and Post has faced 3 batters and walked all 3 of them here in the 6th.
And I wonder if coach for Aberdeen is coming out, and they will call timeouts, courtesy of Kaiser Heating and Cooling. Be wiser, go with Kaiser. That's Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton. And he waves everybody else off, just wants to talk to his man on the mound at Jackson Post.
Yeah, it's struggling so far out there. Walk the bases loaded here in the 6th.
You can tell from his body language, too. He's upset with how things are going right now on the mound. It's one of those things where we've seen this happen. You know, obviously we get to watch more of Yankton Post 12 throughout the year. We've seen it where head coach Drew Lawrence can come in and really steady the ship for guys. And I know Aberdeen's hoping to do the same here with Post on the mound. He's shown some good stuff. It's just where he's putting it has not been where he wants it.
Yeah, just struggling with the command so far, and walked 3 straight batters, and now with Sam Goki at the plate. We'll see if he can get out of this inning as Goki is going to slap this one. Will he get down? No, a sliding catch out there in left field. What a play to avoid at least probably 2 runs out there. Making that catch out in left, my goodness, was Carson Borge in on that one to retire the side. So Yankton leaves the bases loaded as we head to the bottom of the 6th. It's 4-1. We'll see Boston Frick on the mound when we come back. Inning breaks courtesy of Avera. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
At Vision Care Associates, we're always improving our technology for the health of your eyes. With OptiMap dilation-free exams, you get a comprehensive view of your retina without the need for dilation eye drops. It's quick, easy, and best of all, it keeps your day interruption-free. OptiMap captures a detailed image of your eye, helping to detect any problems. No blurriness, no discomfort, just clear, precise results. Book your OptiMap exam now.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Your days are busy. Drop-offs, meetings, practice, and then, somehow, make a healthy dinner. Skip the grocery run and let Hy-Vee help. With Hy-Vee online shopping, you can order your groceries in minutes, choose pickup or delivery, and get back to what matters most. Fresh groceries, great deals, and one less thing on your to-do list. Download the Hy-Vee app or shop online at Hy-Vee.com today. Hy-Vee, making lives easier, healthier, and happier.
All right, bottom of the sixth here, 4-1. Yankton leads. It's Boston Frick on the mound as they're 6 outs away from punching their ticket to Rapid City next week. Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler, KYNT, KYNT-V.
It'll be Levi Hoffman leading things off this half inning for Aberdeen. Eisenby is on deck. Rivera in the hole. That's your 3-batter minimum for post 24. They'd love to get at least one run this inning, make it a 4-2 ball game, but best case scenario is you tie or take the lead here in the bottom of the sixth.
Yeah, needing to make the rally here as we're starting to get into the late stages. Once again, down to just their final 6 outs is Aberdeen here. Trying to keep their season alive another game. Levi Hoffman at the plate. He takes a strike, make it 1-1 on the count. On a breaking ball that cuts inside. Here's the 1-1. That's low. Make it 2-1 from Frick to Hoffman. Just getting started here in the bottom of the sixth. Once again, Aberdeen, the home team here for game 2. As Hoffman fouls one off. If we were to go to a game 3 and Aberdeen rallies, be Yankton back as the home team later this afternoon.
And I believe if that game happens, we already know who's starting on the mound for Yankton. Drew Lawrence said last night that Sam Goki would be on the bump if it goes to game 3.
So a 3-2 count. I think it might be 2-2. Board says 3-2. I think it might be 2-2. I don't know. This one's fouled off.
See if we get a signal from the umpire here.
When in doubt, game changer. Oh, they're saying 2-1, and I know it's not that either. They're saying 3-2, so it is 3-2. This one grounded over to Riken. The play in time for the first out here of the bottom of the sixth.
Talked about it earlier on how Boston Frick, more of a pitch to contact pitcher. He'll force weak ground balls in the infield. Those guys make plays behind him. He does have more of a strikeout element than he might get credit for. He is third on the team in strikeouts this year, 20 strikeouts in 29 innings pitched. So, under a strikeout per inning, but still very good numbers for him.
Strike there from Boston Frick. At the plate, Bennett Eisenby. He's 0 for 2 today, and first pitch swinging in his first 2 plate appearances. Now takes one here to start this appearance, and check swing on that one, make it 0-2. Looks like Frick was just able to find the zone on that one.
Get another check of your out-of-town scoreboard here momentarily.
Outside for a ball from Frick, by the way, but as obviously the rest of Class A playing their regional games this week, and once again figuring out how the bracket will lay out next week.
Pierre in danger of getting eliminated by Watertown in the 7-10 matchup, Josh. Bottom of the sixth, Watertown has a runner on third, and they lead 2-0. Pierre would need to tie or take the lead in the top of the seventh. Otherwise, their season is over.
This one fouled off again. from Eisenbeis. We saw him pitch game 1 yesterday. Got the start for Aberdeen. Here's the 1-2 from Frick. Strike 3 looking. Just like that, 2 down here in the 6th.
Also a scoreboard update from Brandon. Brandon Valley tied at 2-2 with Spearfish. That, I believe, is the 4-13 or the 5-12 matchup off the top of my head. But they're tied at 2 in game 2, bottom of the 6th. So keep an eye on that one as well. A lot of close games here to start day 2 of the first round playoff series. Yankton, the biggest lead of any of those teams at just 3 runs.
So some tight games here today. Is, by the way, Branson Peterson has picked up a bat here for Rivera, the designated hitter, so he'll fill into the 8th spot. Down quick 0-2 here, and Frick just 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning.
Knicks fans are very happy. Jalen Brunson mentioned.
Yes. Credit to the Knicks, winning their first title, what was it, like 50 years?
In most people's lifetimes.
Yeah. Well before yours or mine, that's for sure.
But, hey, you know.
Credit to them, winning a title. And
all my favorite teams won titles before in my lifetime, so. Except the Cubs. Shout out to the Cubs.
They did do that.
And I guess I'm rooting for the Blackhawks now, but I can't claim those championships. I wasn't a fan when they won them.
See, I was a Blackhawks fan when I was a kid, and then I kind of stopped watching hockey as Boston Frick's going to put a stop to this inning. Breaking ball in the dirt, strike 3 swinging to retire the side. Yankton's just 3 outs away from heading to Rapid City, but their bats are going to come up with a chance to tack on more runs here in the top of the 7th. It's Yankton 4, Aberdeen 1. Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler, KYNT, KYNTV. When we come back, the Yankton Bats.
Text scams continue to rise, and victims who have lost money to these scams continues to increase. Consumers cannot rely on a text message to be truthful. If you receive a message regarding a fine for missing jury duty, your utilities being shut off for non-payment, toll road fines, or you've won a sweepstakes, these are scams designed with an urgency and the need to send money now. Do not respond to these texts, and you should contact Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986. That's 800-300-1986 for the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division.
A local business owner came into the UPS store with a large shipment of products for his online store. While they packed everything securely, he asked if they could also handle the international shipping. The answer? Of course they can! For over 9 years, the UPS store in Yankton has been helping business owners with both their printing and shipping needs. Whether you're sending a package across town or across the globe, they've got you covered. So stop by the UPS store in Yankton and ask about them about their shipping services or current print specials.
All right, Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler, KYNT, KYNTV. Top of the 7th, the Yankton Bats up here at Riverside Field. They lead 4-1 over Aberdeen here and trying to tack on some insurance runs heading in to the bottom of the 7th. Once again, for those of you wondering what is going on, well, Aberdeen's the home team for Game 2 of our series here with the regionals happening. As Post is going to throw this one to Easton Fieser, fouled off. Not out of the woods just yet. Like I said, only a 3-run ball game here. We've seen crazier things happen. There is a man warming up for Yankton. I believe that's Sam Goki out there in the pen. Getting loose.
That is Goki, yeah, just in case.
And I wonder if they might just go to him and shut things down. You know, unless Yankton were to add a couple runs here maybe. Because, you know, Frick has put some pitches on the board. Has pitched well, but has thrown a decent amount. Maybe trying to say, hey, job well done. We're going to give it to Sam here to close. We'll see, though. We still got to get to the bottom of the 7th before we do that. It's a 1-2 count. Easton Fieser, by the way. He takes the ball outside, making 2 apiece. That one outside. This one fouled off.
Now we talk about Yankton wanting to add some insurance runs here late on in this one, Josh. Well, it's a perfect time to mention this broadcast brought to you in part by MT and RC Smith Insurance. Independent insurance agency offering you a variety of products for your individual, family, and business needs. They're at 204 West 4th Street in Yankton.
Fieser's going to rip one, but that's caught in center field to put one down. here in the 7th. A nice piece of hitting by Fieser, but it's caught once again out in center field. That'll welcome Simon Kampshoff to the plate.
Post released that one a little more earlier than I think he wanted to. Sailed over the head of Kampshoff.
Yeah, a bit high on that one, like you said. Kampshoff almost had to duck a little bit there. So he's got a 1-0 count and fouls that one off to make it 1 apiece. Here's the 1-1 to Kampshoff. This one high as well for a ball. This one inside, make it 3-1 on Kampshoff. Post did walk 3 batters last inning, but managed to get out of the inning on a diving catch out there in left field by Borge. Here's the 3-1, hit foul by Kampshoff.
I'm trying to get a beat on a lot of movement they've had out in the field, Josh. I started to notice it because Joe Cogley's over at third base when he started the game at second base. But it's the way Aberdeen's jerseys are. It's white numbers on white jersey with a black outline. It's hard to read some of those farther away numbers.
With that, a walk to Kampshoff. Post has walked 4 so far here today.
So what I can see is Cogley moved from second to third. Soderlund moved from third to short. Can't get a beat on who's out there at second now. Actually, looks like they moved Borge into second. And I think that would only leave Branson Peterson unaccounted for, so I assume he's the man out in left now. So there's a lot of movement for you for the Aberdeen post 24.
But even then, Peterson, if that's him out in left, I think that might be Peterson out at third, actually.
No, that's Cogley at third, 21.
Well, it's not Peterson. It's not Peterson out left because now he's wearing a left-handed glove.
True. So maybe they put
that
Peterson,
might be him out in right. That kind of looks like
so
him
that's
out in right.
Eisenbeis in left. We have cracked the code.
I'm just like, oh, I know that's not him there.
It's Eisenbeis in left.
I'm just looking for a tall guy with longer hair, and that kind of looked like Peterson. So it's like, oh, maybe that is him. I don't know.
The only people who didn't move, Aviles is still out in center field. Dutenhofer's over at first base, and Hoffman's behind the plate.
Oh, man. 4 a.m. brain still at as that pitch goes wild. Goki's going to get to second base here off of that and put a runner in scoring position for post 12. This one fouled off by Gavin Johnson, make it a full count.
It's a big moment here for Johnson, wanting to add an extra run, an extra little bit of cushion. A 3-run lead, it's not insurmountable, but you start adding runs to it, the job just gets harder and harder for Aberdeen.
So a full count here to Gavin Johnson. The pitch, high for a ball, and Post walks another batter. He's put 5 on so far.
See who we get out here to courtesy run for Johnson. It was Boomsma in the first game, but I think they're going to make it was Boomsma earlier on in this game, but it's going to be Will Sager now. Boomsma's over here with a bat in his hand, so he's going to be hitting here shortly. Looks like he will be hitting in place of Brennan Gilmore.
So 2 on, 1 out here for Liam Villanueva. Once again had that RBI in the second inning. As he gets the ball, and now Hoffman's going to maybe take a trip out there. Never mind. Just picking up the ball. Post struggling to find the zone here. Once again, walked 5 batters so far. Hasn't given up a run yet, but struggling to find the zone. Here's the pitch. Low for a ball.
So we're going to get a timeout here from Aberdeen's coaching staff. Want to have a conversation on the mound. We'll see if they make a change or it's just to settle the nerves of Jackson Post.
Post is holding his arm a little bit.
It looks like they did take the ball from him, so we'll see how everything moves around here out for Aberdeen. It looks like we're going to get a new man on the mound in the form of Drake Soderlund, the shortstop coming into pitch.
So we'll give him a chance to warm up. We'll take a 60-second break here on KYNT and KYN-TV. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
When the community needs support, Mesaba shows up. Whether it's local schools, youth activities, community events, or organizations making a difference, we're proud to invest in the places and people that make this region strong. That same commitment extends to our employees. At Mesaba, you're not just joining a company, you're joining a team that cares about where we live, work, and raise our families. Built on community, powered by people. Apply today at mesabainc.com/careers.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
All right, here we go. Top of the 7th, 1 out, 2 on. Drake Soderlund into pitch for Aberdeen here as they're trying to get out of this inning and keep it at a 3-run game heading into the bottom of the 7th. But once again, Soderlund kind of working against it here. 2 on, 2 balls here when we resume. It is Liam Villanueva at the plate, by the way.
I mentioned it earlier, but it is Carter Boomsma now in the on-deck circle. He will hit in place of Brennan Gilmore in the lineup. It's still Jackson Kudera with a bat in the hole, so nobody's going to hit for Kudera. He'll keep his spot in the lineup for now. But 2 runners on, 1 out. Big opportunity for Liam Villanueva to increase Yankton's lead here in the top of the 7th inning. And a good chance for Soderlund to really shut things down and keep it close here as Aberdeen's about to take a trip to the Last Chance Saloon.
Well, here we go. 2 on, once again, 1 out. 2 balls to Liam Villanueva. Soderlund has inherited the runners from Jackson Post, and that first pitch is the ball and already down 3-0 in the count here, in danger of walking the bases loaded.
Yeah, that's something else that I didn't think about at the time as well, as he inherits that 2-0 count that was on the board.
That one in for a strike, make it 3-1. Obviously, Villanueva looking the whole way with the 3-1 count.
Yeah, very few times does Yankton send out a green light on a 3-0 count.
Here it is. This one slapped back by Villanueva. That's going to go down for a base hit. 1 run coming around. Nope, they're going to hold him. Bases loaded here for post 12.
I thought they were sending Kamshoff around third there for a moment, Josh, but a good throw from Avila's out in center field, making sure that runner stays put.
So bases loaded, and that's going to bring Carter Boomsma, his first plate appearance here in the 7th. And I know they won't with bases loaded, but watching Carter Boomsma bunt with the bases loaded would be the right amount of chaos I need today.
Well, the corner infielders are playing in, maybe just in case of that, but also in case of an infield grounder, they can go home quickly.
This one a ball to Boomsma. Again, seeing his first action today at the plate. He has been a courtesy runner throughout the day, and obviously doing his job well there as he fouls one off. So 4-1 Yankton leads. Bases loaded. 1 out. Here's the pitch. In the dirt. Nice save by Hoffman. That probably avoids a run there.
Yeah, and Kamshoff was geared up for it, too, over there at third base. And even right there, the third baseman, Cogley, backing up a throw back to the pitcher that got away from him. Kamshoff had his eyes locked on the ball the whole way. These post-12 players are trained to keep an eye on it, and they have a green light more often than you'd think.
Here's the 2-1, swing and a miss from Boomsma. So Yankton leading by 3, but trying to add more going into that final frame. Here's the 2-2 to Boomsma, 1 out, bases loaded, in the dirt. So a full count. Soderlund on the mound, nowhere to put Carter Boomsma. Bases loaded. 1 out. Here's the 3-2. In the dirt for a ball, and that'll tack on a run for post 12. Make it 5-1.
Cam Schauf will be the one to touch home plate as Yankton increases their lead to 4, and that brings up number 4, Josh, as Jackson Kudera will step into the right-handed batter's box.
Yeah, and a chance to really do some damage here, right? That way, if you can get past 4 runs, one swing of the bat can't tie this game up. So, it's something that obviously getting a 5-run lead here would be big for Yankton if they can get that and more. But we'll see what they can do with Jackson Kudera at the plate. There is a man warming up in the pen for Aberdeen, a lefty. As this one's hit back by Kudera. Will it get down? Nice catch by Rivera, diving out in center field. Actually, that's Aviles out there making the play. However, a run does score. That being said, Brayden, I think that saved, at least 2, if not 3.
Yeah, with the dive as well, if that got past him, I think that unloads the bases. So just a fantastic play for Aviles out in center field. And, 1 run does come across, so it ends up as a net positive for Yankton, but that could have been a lot worse.
There's been a couple of those these last 2 innings. We saw Borge make a play out in left field last inning that probably saved a couple runs, too. So credit to the outfield of Aberdeen. So that's a strike 2, Tate Bestie.
Got a read on the guy warming up over in the bullpen, Josh. That's the reliever from yesterday. Jashawn Rivera didn't pitch enough where he can pitch again today if needed, so he's just loosening up a little bit in case his name is called in the top of the 7th.
Of course, that one's really close inside to Bestie. Obviously, just trying to get out of this inning here and keep it at 5 runs and give your lineup a chance to make some kind of incredible rally here in the bottom of the 7th. But we'll see what Aberdeen can do. So here's the pitch. That one's low for a ball as well. So it's 6-1. Yankton leads. They've tacked on 2 here in the 7th. 3 outs away from punching their ticket to Rapid City next week. Here's the 2-1, outside for a ball, make it 3-1. And Soderlund once again in danger of walking the bases loaded.
Call back to yesterday here, Josh. I know Aberdeen, first and foremost, they're the guys that want to get out of this inning, but I think a guy who'd like these run of at-bats to end is honestly Gavin Johnson. He's already fully suited up in the catcher's gear, so if the batting order gets to him again, he's got to take all that stuff off.
The woe of being the catcher, right?
You thought just having the leg guards on in the on-deck circle was bag. He's ready to go.
Yeah, he's got the helmet on. He's got the vest on. He's ready to. He's excited to try to get to Rapid next week. But Yankton looking to add more here. 2 on, full count. And that's going to put Bestie on here. Bases loaded now with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th.
And a lot of speed on the base paths, too. You got Bestie at first, Boomsma at second. Those guys can both move on some contact from Beck Reichen.
Here's the pitch to Reichen, bases loaded. This one's popped up. Now to play. So an 0-1 count to Beck Reichen, bases loaded. 2 outs. Yankton leads by 5. Here's the pitch, strike, 0-2 count on Beck Reichen.
See how Reichen's approach changes here on an 0-2. Swung away at the first pitch he saw.
Here's the 0-2, high and inside for a ball. One, 2 to Reichen. This one fouled off. We'll do it again. Once again, bases loaded. Yankton leads by 5, trying to tack on a couple more, heading into that final frame.
Rain was in the forecast throughout the day today, Josh. We were keeping an eye on it, seeing when it might get here. And as it stands right now, if this game ends 6-1, we probably won't see any rain for a baseball. But if Aberdeen's able to make a comeback, Game 2 might be interesting with Mother Nature getting involved.
Here's the 1-2 to Reichen. This one hit past second base. 1 run will score. Another one coming around. That's 2. Beck Reichen is now going to head over to second while that's happening, but I think Bestie slid off the bag, and he's going to be out. So I believe both runs will score, but Bestie slides past the bag on third base and is tagged. So heading into the final frame, Yankton will lead 8-1 after tacking on 4 here in the 7th. When we come back, Yankton tries to close it out. I'm Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler, KYNT, KYNTV.
When pain or injury slows you down, waiting isn't an option. That's why Yankton Medical Clinic Orthopedic Walk-In Care is available Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, right here in Yankton. No appointment is needed. Just walk in and you will be seen. It's faster access to the expert care that you deserve from doctors who live and invest in this community. We're not just your doctors, we're your neighbors. I'm Dr. Brent Adams, orthopedic surgeon with the Yankton Medical Clinic. I'm proud to call Yankton home. We're your orthopedic team and we're here for you.
As a business owner, you want a bank that understands where you want to take your business and how to enhance your ability to take it there. FNBO Free Business Checking offers that flexibility and convenience so you can manage and grow your business. Unlimited transactions, free online banking and bill pay, mobile deposits and alerts, and no minimum balance, no maintenance fees, and no returned items fees. FNBO Free Business Checking, simplicity and essential solutions for businesses big and small. Member FDIC.
All right, so Yankton looking to close this one out, just 3 outs away, and we're going to see a few things that look different. So first off, Carter Booms has moved to left field, checked into the game. Boston Frick will play out in right field. Easton Fieser at first, and then in to close things down, it's Sam Goki on the mound.
Yeah, Goki moves in from first base, and the other 4 positions stay the same. It's Cooter at third, Reichen at short, Kamshoff at second, and, of course, we talked about it last half inning, already geared up. Gavin Johnson stays behind the plate.
Drake Soderlin will be up first. Once again, Aberdeen down 7 here as that pitch is in for a strike from Sam Goki. Get him some work, why not? They won't play again until next week if Yankton can close this one down. Obviously, you got to assume if that one goes low, Yankton was probably going to throw Goki out if this got to a game 3. Right now, working a comfortable 7-run lead after tacking on 4 there in the 7th. This one hit out. We'll see if Bestie can get underneath it or if it'll be Boom. So it is Bestie for the first out here in the 7th. Yankton now just 2 outs away from closing this one down.
That's 3 guys out there that can cover a lot of ground in a hurry for Yankton. That was a late call-off from Tate Bestie. We almost had a 3-way collision between him, Boomsma, and Reichen at shortstop. Which the fact that Beck Reichen got all the way out to left center field from his shortstop spot shows how much ground he can cover.
Vilas at the plate once again, the leadoff man here for Aberdeen.
It's a quick 1-1 count here from Goki after that one misses for a ball.
Made an incredible catch, by the way, just a little bit ago out there in center field for Aberdeen.
At that point, I mean, those runners eventually came across home plate, but at the time he did save 2 extra runs.
Yeah, this could be looking a lot worse if he wasn't out here. We might not even be playing this bottom of the 7th if that doesn't happen. But he's heading back to the dugout. Strike 3 looking, and just like that, 1 out away from a victory here for Post 12. Carson Borge will be the man at the plate for Aberdeen. Here's the pitch. This one grounded over to second. Goki slides, loses it, and Borge is going to be safe over at first base.
I was seeing Kamshoff make some fantastic plays over at second base today, Josh, and maybe not one that it should have been a hit as is, but the way he laid out for it, I thought maybe we're going to see another piece of spectacular defense from Simon Kamshoff.
Yeah, just not able to come up with that one. Is now Joe Cogley at the plate. Here, 1 out, or 2 out, 1 on as he takes a strike looking here. And once again, Sam Goki looking to close it out. Cogley at the plate. He grounds this one back up towards Beck Reichen. It gets just past him. So now just like that, 2 runners on here with 2 outs. A little bit of 2-out magic for Aberdeen as they get back-to-back hits.
I don't think that bounced the way Reichen was expecting it to when it got near the mash of pellets near the second base bag and just skipped away from his glove. Or skipped past his glove, into center field.
That'll welcome Michael Dutenhofer to the plate. Cleanup man for Aberdeen. Once again, Yankton 1 out away from winning this ball game. Goki. The pitch. This one grounded back towards short. Riken trying to get it. It's Cooter who gets it. The throw in time. Not pretty, but it gets it done. And Yankton punches their ticket to Rapid City next week in the Legion tournament. They win 8-1 over Aberdeen here on KYNT and KYN TV. It's Yankton 8, Aberdeen 1. We're going to have our post game. When we come back, we will have Coach Drew Lawrence. We'll run over stats, all those things you want to hear here on KYNT and KYN TV. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with your post-game show in just a couple minutes.
Whether you're getting close to retirement or already there, the goal isn't just a plan. It's helping you feel more informed and organized across your financial life. I'm Adam Boelter with North Rock. At North Rock, we take a personal office approach, helping coordinate investment strategy, tax planning, insurance, and estate consideration. It's not just about managing money. It's about helping you make decisions across everything that matters. If you're looking for a more connected, relationship-driven approach to your finances, let's start a conversation. Search Adam Boelter with North Rock or visit northrockvantage.com.
North Rock Partners LLC is an investment advisor registered with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Registration does not imply a certain level of skill or training.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. Search for local job openings and apply at avera.org/careers.
In nearly every family's lineage, there's a tie to agriculture. It's a legacy reflected in how we raise our kids, help our neighbors, and respect what we have. Farmers Union Insurance was built on that legacy. And while our roots are in agriculture, our protection has grown to include home, auto, business, health, and life. Protect your legacy. Farmers Union Insurance.
FM 1021 and AM 1450. KYNT, Yankton.
If you've been suffering from chronic pain or a recent injury, check us out, Lane, Reed, and Cole Sawatsky at SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab.
We offer a wide variety of treatments and techniques, including dry needling, cupping, chiropractic adjustments, and sports rehabilitation.
Our mission is to ensure an individualized and efficient treatment plan to get you back on your feet. From ankle sprains and sports injuries to neck pain and headaches, we've got your back.
Give us a call or book an appointment on our website. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy.
Located on Summit Street across from the high school.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Rhonda Westland, right here in Yankton, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Rhonda and her team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Rhonda Westland, it's easy to switch and save. Just give her a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Feeling drained isn't always about sleep or motivation. This is Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson with First Chiropractic Centers. When your body is stiff, tense, or moving poorly, everyday tasks can take more effort than they should. When spinal joints aren't moving well, other areas often compensate. Regular chiropractic care helps improve mobility and reduce tension patterns that keep your body on high alert. Start feeling better with a call to First Chiropractic Centers with offices in Yankton, Hardington, Tyndall, and Wagner, inspiring and empowering others to healthier living.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN TV. It's your post-game report, courtesy of Mason Strom and the Move Group. You buying or selling, move with Mason and the Move Group. They're taking pictures down there, Josh, of obviously the victorious Yankton Post 12 making another State Legion baseball tournament. A few years in a row now, they've been able to make the Legion State tournament. It's been very successful last couple of years for Post 12, obviously making the Central Plains a regional last year, so they'd love to get back to that, but they got to take care of business next week in Rapid City. Putting a bow on this game, though, an 8-1 win over Aberdeen for Yankton, and best place to start is your stat recap. It's courtesy of Mayor Signs. Mayor Signs in Yankton, you can consider the possibilities with them today. They're on 4th and Broadway. They offer all types of signs, including interior and exterior signage, fleet wraps, digital signs, and more.
What are we talking about here? I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Stat recap.
Oh, yeah. I started watching them take photos. I'm like, huh? What's going on? All right, yeah. Looking at it, I'm like, huh, what are we doing? 4 a.m. brain, like I said.
You're going to get a good nap after this.
Yes, I am. I'll wake up at about 7, 8 o'clock and go, crap, it's not Friday yet. Anyways, look at it here for Yankton. 6 hits as a team, 8 RBIs, 11 walks, my goodness, and 8 runs overall. Looking on the pitching side of things, Caden Hunoff, your winner today. He went 3 1/3, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts. Boston Frick went 2 2/3, gave up a hit and had 2 strikeouts. And Sam Goki came in, closed it down, gave up 2 hits and had the strikeout as well.
It was a good day all around for Yankton. They end up sweeping this series 10-0 game 1, 8-1 in game number 2. That stat recap courtesy of Mayor Signs. Let's go now to your players of the game. We'll start offensively from Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. There's a couple of different guys to look at here for Yankton. 6 hits as a team and obviously 8 runs scored total.
Yeah, and there's a lot of guys you could mention here. I think Tate Bestie had a really good day. He had a hit, an RBI, and 2 walks. But we'll go with Liam Villanueva. Had 2 hits, had that first run to bring it across. Yankton got down early 1-0, but that hit really kind of calmed things really fast and brought things home for Yankton here today.
He was able to score 2 runs as well. Shout out to Jackson Kudera for the most interesting stat line of the day. Officially 0 for 0 with 3 RBIs and a walk. So,
and for me, we'll talk about him in a minute. I think he's up for another award today. But yeah, that I don't know if I've ever seen something like that.
Well, we'll go into that next award that we're going to give out. Your defensive player of the game, courtesy of Olson's Pest Technicians. Your residential commercial pest control solution. Call 1-800-KIL-BUGS. The guy you just mentioned, obviously, in the running for that. And Simon Kamshoff had a great day as well. I think it's just a pick of the litter between how those 2 guys played.
Yeah, we'll go Kudera today, though. He had that diving play at third base, and then that interesting one to end it there, getting it done over third base. And, it's a position you don't see him play a lot, along with Kamshoff as well at second, but did a good job out there in the field today.
Your hustler of the game, courtesy of H&H Roofing. H&H Roofing has got you covered. Scored 2 runs, had 2 stolen bases. Brennan Gilmore going to be your hustler of the game today. He was moving very well out on the base pads. Credit for the most hustle play I've ever seen from Tate Bestie, tagging at second on an infield pop-up and going over to third base. But we are going to go to break real quick, come back shortly, and we'll have your post-game coach interview with head coach Drew Lawrence of Yankton Post-12 as Yankton wins 8-1 over Aberdeen. Back after this.
When it comes to Medicare, you deserve local, personal help, not a call center. I'm Jen Great with Missouri River Associates, right here in your community. I'll sit down with you, answer your questions, and help you find the coverage that fits your life. Call 665-6885 to schedule your free consultation. Missouri River Associates, your hometown Medicare resource.
There's a moment in every real estate deal that matters more than the contract. It usually happens at a kitchen table. Maybe it's a young couple realizing they can actually afford their first home. Maybe it's a family deciding it is time to build something new. At the Move Group, that's the moment we work for. Not the commission, not the closing. The moment a person looks up and says, "We can do this." That's the Move Group. People before transactions. Visit themovegroup.com.
That's you trying to fix the plumbing yourself to save a few bucks. Doing things yourself doesn't always end well. The same goes for insurance. That's why Auto Owners works with local independent agents who tailor coverage to meet your needs and offer discounts for life, home, car, and business insurance. Because sometimes you need a professional to get the job done right. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MT and RC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. Visit mtrcsmithinsurance.com.
Does anyone in your family have macular degeneration? At Vision Care Associates, we are dedicated to delivering the highest standard of eye care, utilizing the latest medical advancements to protect and improve your vision. That's why we offer ZX Pro, a new technology that measures the risk for macular degeneration. ZX Pro is a test used to assess macular health before signs of macular degeneration even begin. Be proactive and schedule an appointment.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
From sprains to fractures, getting the right care quickly makes all the difference.
That's why we offer Yankton Medical Clinic orthopedic walk-in care, weekdays from 8 to 5. Walk in and be seen, no appointment needed. It's expert care, faster access, and a team that's part of your community. Because here, you're more than a patient, you're our neighbor. I'm Dr. Benjamin Lancaster, orthopedic surgeon with Yankton Medical Clinic. I'm proud to call Yankton home. We're your orthopedic team, and we're here for you.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN-TV. It's time for your post-game coach interview from Rhonda Westland State Farm Insurance. We bring in the victorious head coach of Yankton Post 12, Drew Lawrence. Coach Lawrence, another trip to the Legion State Tournament for you guys. It's been multiple years in a row now you guys have been able to go to the state tournament. I don't have the exact number off the top of my head, but it's becoming, I don't want to say common, but more and more expected from you guys with how good the program's been over the last few years.
Yeah, I would say it was expected this year. You know, every year is a little bit different. You know, this year we had a lot of seniors. Last year we had a lot of seniors and a lot of juniors. So every year is a little bit different, but it was definitely expected that we were going to be at the state tournament this year and that we knew we were going to be able to compete and have a good record and play well. So, yeah, that's expected. As far as, you know, we've gone to the state tournament quite a bit, 23, 24, 25, 26 now. So 4 in a row. So we just got to keep it rolling, and hopefully we make some noise at this state tournament.
Looking at today's game and an 8-1 win over Aberdeen, you know, there were 2 really big innings for you guys. I think you had 4 runs in the second inning, and then right at the end of the game, top of the 7th, you put on 3 more, had 1 in between to get that 8-1 final. A few moments that I want to talk about. I want to flash back to the second inning. Mainly just it's a interesting moment that caught me off guard. Tate Bestie tags on an infield fly just outside the first base bag and is safe from second to third. Is that something where that was his call to make, or was that a signal from you at third base?
That's all him. These players have been around the game a long time. They've played the game. They understand certain aspects now that they've gotten older. So that was just instincts for him. He just did it, and he knew that the guy wasn't probably going to be looking or knew the guy was fading away. But coaches didn't say anything. But our players, are, especially our seniors that have been around and are comfortable, they're free to make their own plays and have, trust their instincts. And if it's something, if he gets out, he gets out. But that they have trust that in themselves and in the coaches that they're able to do those things.
Another play that directly led to a run. Brennan Gilmore's on second base. A bunt gets laid down, and the catcher comes out to pick it up, and nobody rotates back to cover home plate. He's able to get all the way from second to home on an infield bunt. Was that another case of just realizing the situation and reacting to it?
So, yeah, I would say, again, I didn't really say anything because the play's right in front of him. So that's just kind of what we've done year after year after year with being aggressive. So Brandon didn't slow down. He just watched, and so he rounded third base hard, saw that nobody was at home, and just didn't slow down. So again, that's just Brandon doing what he needed to do there and seeing the play and reading it and trusting his instincts. That was a hell of a play by that catcher too. He jumped out all the way out there to get the out there. But yeah, it's fun having seniors, because they can make plays like that without even thinking about it, and they're just playing. So, we're really fortunate that we have all these seniors that can make plays like that.
Well, I think that's a perfect time to transition to 2 more guys I want to talk about who are both sophomores, about to be juniors at Yankton High School. Simon Kamshoff and Jackson Kudera. They got dirty multiple times today, making plays at third base and second base. I know we talked about them yesterday in the middle infield, and they continued a great defensive effort today.
Yeah, they've done a really good job. The learning curve was not very long for these guys as far as, they played 16U baseball last year, and then they had to play varsity, and then they had to play, senior legion, and they got accustomed to it pretty quick. And, they've improved and improved and improved, and we knew that with those 2 and their talent that they'd be able to help us and be able to be in the lineup, and they've just proven that.
Looking ahead next week to Rapid City, it's the Legion tournament, much different than the high school tournament, much more of a marathon than a sprint when you're out at the Legion one. And you guys have a very deep pitching staff. How important is that going to be heading out next week?
Oh, it's very important. We had a deep one last year, lost game 1. Hopefully we don't do that again, but we lost game 1 and we're able to get ourselves back into the championship game. The longer you can stay there, the longer you can win games and keep playing and play the next day. It's important because we do have a deep pitching staff and we have a lot of guys that can throw. So if we can stay there long, it's a pretty good advantage for us. So we're looking forward to it.
officially the third team to punch a ticket to the state tournament. Obviously, Post 22 as the host got an automatic bid. Well earned this year as the number 1 seed as well. And then Post 15 West won both of their games last night. Pierre and Brandon Valley were Pierre and Watertown, and then Brandon Valley and Spearfish. Both of them were playing their second games at the same time. So we'll see if those results went final as well. But Coach, congratulations again on another trip to the state tournament. Another big win here today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's head coach Drew Lawrence of Yankton Post 12 here on KYNT and KYN TV. We're just going to keep things rolling and wrap things up here on your post-game report, courtesy of Mason Schramm and the Move Group. You buying or selling, move with Mason and the Move Group. We'll take a look at your Legion tournament bracket, and it has not been updated with any final results yet, but taking a look around, see if we can get a final score from either Pierre or Brandon. Watertown was up on Pierre earlier when we checked before heading into our post-game report here, and if they were able to hold on, that means that Pierre would have been eliminated. And it looks like Watertown did hold on for a 2-0 win, so the 10-seed Watertown Post 17 upsets the 7-seed Post 8 out of Pierre. And, Josh, that's just run-of-the-mill for Watertown. They love upsetting people in the postseason.
Yeah, there's something about them. They're hard to kill. We'll put it that way. They have some serious resolve and some serious fight, and doing it once again. And not to look ahead, but there's a scenario where those two meet in the second part of that. If both were to win or something like that. Do they do reseeding out there? Or?
I'm not entirely sure how the bracket will be released. That'll be made official, I believe, sometime either tonight or tomorrow, depending on results from games around the state.
But maybe not. But the point is, if they end up being in a 2-10 matchup, for example, that would be a next round matchup for Yankton. So something to keep an eye on.
So 4 teams, officially into the state tournament, and it looks like a fifth one just punched their ticket as well. Brandon Valley defeats Spearfish 11-2. A late inning rally from Brandon, 9 runs in the top of the 7th to really pull away there in the end. So the top 4 seeds all advance. In Rapid City Post 22 is the automatic bid and the 1 seed. The 2 seed Post 15 West out of Sioux Falls. The 3 seed Yankton Post 12. And now the 4 seed Brandon Valley Post 131, all securing their spots. Watertown, the 10 seed for Post 17. They're in as well. 3 more spots to be decided. Rapid City, Post 320, and Mitchell have first pitch at 3 p.m. Mountain Time, so 4 p.m. local time here. Brookings will play Sioux Falls Post 15 East. Their first game of the day is at 4 p.m. Central Time at Bob Sheldon Field. And the last game to have a first pitch tonight, 5 p.m. at Dakota Access Field, Harrisburg against Renner. Harrisburg, Rapid City Post 320, and Brookings all lead those series 1-0. So we'll flesh out the rest of the playoff, of the state tournament tonight with those 3 series wrapping up across the state. But a couple more things, there's really only one more thing to talk about, Josh. Your schedule preview, courtesy of Parker Hannafin of Yankton. Look ahead to a brighter future with a new career at Parker of Yankton. All benefits begin day 1. Learn more at parker.com. Parker is engineering your success. The state tournament next week is all that remains for Yankton Post 12 as they are looking to end the Legion baseball season on a high note. They set some lofty goals. They got to the Central Plains Regional last year, and I know a lot of these guys want to get back to that again this year. They were able to finish as the runner-up last year and still make the Central Plains Regional, but it's only a guarantee if you win at the state tournament. So that's the top of the mind for Yankton.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, you're giving yourself a chance. We'll see if they can make another run this year and see what happens. But, yeah, look, a lot of ball left to be played next week, but an exciting season for Yankton, and it pays off. You get a chance to go back to that Legion tournament. Really just an incredible effort, and glad to see them be able to advance here today.
Been spending a lot of time out west recently, Josh, and I get to make another trip out there with Yankton Post 12 for those games. They will be broadcast on KYNT, and with the last few years with exclusive video rights coverage, we haven't been able to produce video as well. So it'll be audio simulcasted on KYN TV, but we will have coverage of every Yankton game out at the state tournament, whether it's, we're done whether we're done early in the week or we go all the way to the championship. I'll be out there with them. So make sure to keep tuned to KYNT's socials and obviously KYNT and KYN TV to listen and watch those games. But Josh, another very fun baseball season comes to an end. First time that you and I got to work together for a full baseball season, and It's always a pleasure being in the booth with you.
Yeah, same here, man. I mean, it's a privilege to come up here and get to call some ball, and at the end of the day, it's just a lot of fun and a chance to get to do what we do. But yeah, an incredible season, a fun baseball team that I think once again has good a shot as anybody next week with that pitching staff and an offense that can manufacture runs at will. So a fun team with a fun chance next week. Looking forward to hearing how that goes. And just once again, thanks for tuning in all season, everybody. It's been a lot of fun.
For fans of this partnership, we're back in a month and 5 days on the road at Aberdeen for Yankton Bucks football. So it'll be we're back together pretty quickly for Bucks football. But that's obviously ahead. What's right now is baseball in the state tournament next week. That's going to wrap up our coverage today from Riverside Field. For Josh Boelter, I've been Brayden Butler. Big thank you to Daniel Dykstra back at KYNT Studios, making sure everything runs properly on that end. Of course, thank you to our sponsors and you, the listener. Without you, this broadcast is not possible. Yankton advances to next week's Class A state tournament in Rapid City. Until then, stay safe, be good people. Have a great rest of your Thursday, everybody. We'll talk at you later.